Oh my god, we can't start. No, we can't. No, we can't.
It's too late. It's too late, my guy. We've had all day to prep for this, and we are here now. Welcome back to another episode. I want to slip and slide myself. Welcome back to another episode of Bards of New York. This is the season finale for the Regolus campaign.
Oh my god.
Episode, what, 9?
I'm gonna puke a seat.
Am I crazy about that?
Episode 8.
Episode 8 of Regulus Evolution?
Episode 8.
Yes.
Episode 8 of Regulus Evolution. The tail end of our Regulus arc in general.
Like Harry Potter.
Before I head off to greener pastures for a moment, back to Boston.
Back to friends.
I can make your pastures.
To Romans. To countrymen.
In fact.
Lend me your rears. Your rearises.
Rearusy.
Not the rearusy.
Rearusy. That sounds like a
That's
really... That
a
sounds like a
pussy.
Harry Potter spell. Rearusy.
Rearusy.
It's not rearusy.
It makes an
The
anus
Romussy, the
pucker.
Republicussy, thank you.
Rearusy.
Aye. Aye.
Alright, Will, back on it?
No, it's done now. That's the end of it, thank you. Episode 8 of Regulus Evolution, the final... Excuse me 1 second now. The final episode in our saga here. We have a lot to cover at this junction. It's going to be quite the episode today, quite the adventure. So I hope you guys at this table are ready for it, because I sure am not. But before we get into any of that, first of all, just our regular announcements. If there was any better time to join our Discord, it would be now. That's where all of our communication when we're not streaming on our Monday weekly stream happens. That's where you'll find all of our updates on what's happening in the shift coming up. I know we're planning in the next couple of weeks to do some more world building back for Cordia when we get there. And just more updates coming through that way in general. So if you want to stay abreast of Bard's changes and the future of what we're doing here, jump onto our Discord here, subscribe to our Twitch if you feel so inclined and have the freedom to do so. Feel free, while we're not streaming, to check out Legends of Aelos on Sundays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our very own Hannah Minshew was part of that. And today is not just the finale of Bards of New York. There is something quite important to celebrate. One of our members, our very own, yes indeed, Hannah Minshew again, is celebrating her birthday this very fine afternoon.
Great, stuck in my hair.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Clap uncomfortably as you can at home.
I hated this.
Nope. Cutting that off. That's the end of that.
Birthday to you.
No, please stop. You are all singers. What are you doing?
Heinous word. I'm going to move us on quite quickly through that. Is there any other actual announcement that we have to give while I fish out my tarot cards here? Anything else that we have to say?
Nope, but the Cordia arc's starting soon.
Yeah, so next week we'll be taking a break from streaming, and what we're actually going to do, for those of us who may have joined the Bards of New York, become a friend of the show, during, almost at the grapes, during the Regulus campaign, we're going to be doing a rewatch on next Monday of the last episode of the Regulus campaign, so we can kind of be kept caught up-ish before we do our real recap that's going to come out before we start the next season of Cordia. So we won't be live next week, but we will have a rerun that I'm going to be watching, and I'll be there in the chat, so you guys want to come join us, we'll be there, and we can even do a little bit of a Discord hangout as well during that, so we can have a good time. And other than that...
That's it.
These are delightful grapes.
That's it. Oh, chat. Unlimited inspiration is available for my birthday. I've asked the DM, and he's graciously allowed for you all to give as much inspiration as you want to us. We're gonna need it.
We're gonna need it.
I hate that. Fuck off.
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
So, are we abreast of our
I am
our
abreast.
history here? Are we ready to go? Because this is it. Once we start tonight, there is no backing up. There is no retracting statements or sentiments here. This is where we leave Regulus on the table tonight.
Yeah, I want to say before we pick, this has been really fun. Thank you so much, Will. It's been an excellent
Thank you.
2 parts of the campaign, and yeah, and with the tiny little group that we had, we carried the torch.
The torch was carried.
I
Dark
knew.
times.
It's borne us to this place. So I thank you guys for that, for sure.
And welcome to our new member, Woody.
Woody, casual
fan and
Minshew.
all.
Woody, casual Minshew.
Minshew.
Oh well, it's pronounced Min
Pronounced.
pronounced yeah.
But yeah, let's fuck it up.
Pronounced.
There's a silent accident.
Yeah.
Drew,
And there's like a Batman symbol, but it's like the
It is.
dot on the
it's
eye.
you. You're it.
Okay, Drew, don't fuck us. All right.
I don't usually. So maybe I will.
This is
Here we go.
the last tarot card pick of Regulus Chapter 2.
The track record we have on these is insane. So
The Fool.
The Fool. It couldn't be more ambiguous. You stand on the precipice of a great and mighty fall. You step blindly into the dark, hoping to find solid ground, but knowing not what grasp your foot will find.
I hate that. I hate it.
But it's perfect.
I couldn't ask for much better at this point.
This shall guard our energy.
Please keep it out there. As we are going to pan the camera back down towards the world of Regulus Prime and the main continent of Regulus, particularly to a small portion from the northeastern corner
I already hate it.
of this continent.
We're just talking
A-
about geography.
Our party, Earth, Wind, and Fire, as recently assisted by Xerephina here, have
Water.
no. You are like
You're
you
part
are
of
like
Wind.
the band. You're like
I'm your
the-
opener.
You're part
No,
of
no, no,
Wind.
no,
You
no.
have Zephyr in your name. It's the storm, the wind. So
I'm just gonna eat a fucking gummy worm
Sure,
quietly.
You
I'm trying to give you
guys
something.
made your way through the ravine in the midst of the Dragonspine Mountains, heading towards the location known as Dragonhorn, where Ishtava had directed you all, or rather you, Terra, and by proxy everyone else, to go hunt the final member of the Godkiller Coven, a lich known as Relic. You were navigating this ravine, accompanied by a member of the Dragonborn military, the Yokarex, known as Garavestrix Norixior, otherwise known as Trix. And along the way, you had made some kind of cohort with a Krill Knight, Urzok, and a Wizard of the Carnifex known as Silex. And they were leading you through this ravine, up to the point where Xerephina was summarily and swiftly executed.
Tricks, you mean?
Trix, sorry.
I'm like,
I was like, oh, Zephyrin's dead now?
senor.
No.
It's like, I missed
It was a
something.
genjutsu.
Yeah. Lieutenant Norixia Trix was executed by the Krill for being basically identified as an enemy of the state, functionally. This caused a small disagreement in the group before a level playing field was reached, as by a group effort you managed to preserve the 2 separate parts of Trix's bodies for later healing. I believe you possessed both portions. Oh no!
Oh, we
No.
brought Trix back
She
to
died.
life.
Trix back
And
to
then
life,
she
but
left.
she's just with the Gene Keeper.
Yeah.
No, she's heading back to the ship.
She was not awake yet when you left her.
Yeah, she wasn't.
Oh, I thought I whispered in her ear. Fuck.
You did.
Yeah, you did, but she wasn't.
She just
like,
was not conscious yet.
Yeah. You said when you feel better, go.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. Fuck.
Having been allowed in as a party of 4 plus your +1, Urzok, the Dread Knight aspirant, you made your way into the atrium of the tower known as the Needle, the fortress, the strange magical foci used by Relic to conduct whatever business they're going about. And there, in this large, darkened atrium, you first spoke with Relic, who made some intimations about the eclipse, who made a lot of intimations about Ishtava's involvement in the God-Killer Coven's plan, and was in the middle of conversing when Ignis struck at one of the two projectors that caused the display, the projection of Relic to appear, irking Relic before striking the next one, causing Relic's imagery to fade away, and beginning a fight with some kind of a krill aberration. A magical krill aberration.
Now we're
of sorts.
focused.
Having narrowly defeated this
Narrowly?
yeah, I feel
I-
confident saying narrowly. Some of you were nearly dead.
I guess. Their exhaustion is
Not
nothing
I.
to balk at.
No, certainly not. Having defeated this Weaver here, you made your way into the next room. And once all of you had passed into this next room, the door that you'd entered through completely disappeared, sealing up as a full, solid, and immutable wall behind you, as you are now in this beautiful, like, lapis lazuli blue marble chamber, full with 5 different doorways and multiple depictions of the moon phases, and a great mosaic of the eclipse hanging above everything. And this is where we are going to begin our session today, our final session, with you in the chamber that you guys, being in the room with me today, can see on our battle map in front of you. You are in Hall, a large half-rotunda of beautiful blue sandstone. You're about here in the room, for those of you who are in this space. All of the sandstone is cool to the touch. This room is sort of like domed, has an arched dome ceiling. And at this side of the room, where you can see that black sort of circle up there, if you imagine this curves upwards through the room here, up about curved halfway up the wall is this mosaic of the eclipse, sort of bristling with rivulets of enchantment and magic work. On the floor, this thing that you're all calling something fairly biological and unsavory earlier, it's a large white mosaic of a lightless, jagged sun. Around the room, there are these 5 doorways. They are arched and sort of protruding from the wall, but all of them are sealed completely with brick at the moment from where you're standing. And each one of the 5 of them has a depiction of a moon phase above each door. And above each moon is inlaid a small, inert, dull green gemstone. Above the mosaic of the eclipse, there are 3 of said dull gemstones.
Skyrim-ass puzzle.
This is where we will begin today. You are all in whatever states of disarray, hurt, and lack thereof as we left last week. Whatever phase of exhaustion, spent spell slots, spent points or buffs of any kind have been spent and remain spent as you are all in the open vestibule of this doorway. Let me find some kind of mini here to represent Urzok. It's going to be the Slav today, because Urzok, the Krill Knight, is with you. What do you guys want to do?
Egg. Scale of 1 to 10, how bad?
6. I'd really like a nap.
You're breathing real deep and real heavy right there.
It's not a feeling I've felt before.
Angelo, is there any way we can rest before we go on? Is there a way you can make something safe and that nobody's gonna see?
Mm-hmm. No one can see?
Or no one can get into?
Mm-hmm. One moment, please. Let me flip through my spell book.
Yeah. Can I just like roll? Do I see is that on the floor? Is it a mosaic of the sun? Is that what it is?
Looks to be, yeah.
And now, correct me. I don't know much about this I've seen the symbol before. I know that Highland is somehow connected to it, but what's the eclipse?
From my understanding, it's from what I learned in school and the little from Ishtaba, it's like a sect of gods. Like there's two different schools of gods, essentially, or like way back when there was some kind of disagreement between some of the gods, and they split off from something called the Crucible.
Right.
And created their own faction, and they named it the Eclipse. That's all I know.
Okay. Iggy, I just want to be clear. I don't want you to make any hasty decisions moving forward. I feel like that last room we were in there cost more than maybe it should have.
Okay, one thing. Fuck are you? Been here for 2 days, not even.
I've been here.
I'm a little slap happy. I'm sorry.
I cast Greater Restoration again on my sister.
Yeah, another like as that magic like glitters and flickers and winds over you, you just feel your muscles relax a little bit. You can breathe a little easier. Does that bring you to 2 levels of exhaustion?
Brings me to 2.
Okay, you have a disadvantage on all.
And my speed is halved.
You have a disadvantage on all ability checks,
Yeah.
and your speed is halved.
Not attack rolls.
Not attack rolls or saving throws.
Well, I guess my question, because I'm from outside, and while our big brain friend looks through his nerd book,
Literally in the corner of this blue room, like.
I have a couple of things I can do. So I'm trying to see
Furiously.
the best
now,
choice.
Me right before a test that I didn't study for.
yeah,
This quill, this like animated feathery blue sort of silvery quill, is darting around Angelo's head while he flips through this book.
it's very cute. What's the goal here? Are we ganking this lich thing, the projection we just saw, or we want to talk to it? What's? Because I don't know. I'm kind of tagging along with y'all.
The job is to kill it.
Right. I feel that there's an and or a but after that.
I would love to talk to it first.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Ishtava, do you want to come talk to me?
There is a faint glitter of purplish blue light that glints across the flecks of mica and quartz embedded in the blue sandstone here, but other than that strange wash of light that bleeds through the room briefly, you have no response.
Something tells me even if Ishtava wanted to talk to me, they probably can't here.
Can or won't.
I've got it.
By George!
What is it?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna cast spells. I'm not gonna tell you what they are. I'm just gonna do it, and you guys are gonna see it happen. So I'm gonna cast Lehman's Tiny Hut, and then I'm gonna cast.
Are you casting the hut as a ritual, or are you spending the spell slot to do it?
I'm spending the spell slot.
Okay.
And then I will cast Mordenkainen's Private Sanctum around that.
Alright, give me a second. Brief spell pit stop, because these are 2 spells that always screw me up.
Chat is saying that our stream's a little quiet. If you wanted to up the volume a little bit.
So
Thank you very much.
Sanctum
chat.
you have to take.
Can you hear that, chat?
10 minutes to cast.
Yeah, so you're going to make the hut first and then
Yeah.
cast the... Do you want to cast the Sanctum around
so
the
we're
exact
not on
dimensions of the hut?
A little farther. So like making like basically a square, a cube. if
Okay.
you will.
How big is the hut?
The hut is, I guess, I forgot. I just looked at it, so I was looking at the other spell first.
Hut is...
The hut is a 10-foot
10 foot,
radius
okay.
dome of force.
So where do you want to put the hut in this space?
So these are all,
Those are all the 5 doors
Doors.
around the edge of the rounded room.
and this is the mosaic tile.
That's the mosaic in the middle.
And then this is just an open space.
Yep.
Room. Okay. And this is the room we entered into.
Yep.
Wait, okay.
I should, I guess, define that there is no path backwards.
Understood.
I hate this music.
I'll
Good.
cast it. Honestly, this is the best vantage point from all of these doors. So I will literally cast it in this doorway.
Okay. So you're gonna make like a from like centered here or centered here.
More forward, in front of us is what I meant, like right in front of the
So
door.
here, 10-foot radius is gonna be like, if this is the center, 10. Oops. 10. 10. 10. This is kind of what we're dealing with here.
Yeah, that works for me.
And you're surrounding it with the sanctum as well.
Yeah, but they can be inside of the dome while I do
Yeah,
that, and then
absolutely. So basically, from Angelo here, you just get like a, I've got it! And pulling strands of magic from this book, the apparatus you're wearing sort of crackling with it. Actually, no, you didn't say your name, did you?
Hmm?
You didn't say your name.
Say my name.
Only Xerephina.
Oh,
Put the name
I
in the
got
book, right?
blessed by this.
yeah.
Yeah, so the apparatus does nothing. You can still
Electricity.
cast spells. You just wend forth these wisps of bluish magic to form the hut around this area, which everyone is sort of, I imagine, within, right? No one's objecting to being put in the hut here.
No.
And then you spend the next 10 minutes, once the hut is formed, sort of wending these wards around into a network of very highly protective magical ceiling known as the private sanctum around the domain of this hut here. As soon as you start weaving the hut, Urzok is gonna sort of run to the center of it, right in front of you, where you're casting, and get on there, sort of like down to the ground, on their knees, going, "Such magics, so beautiful." So he's looking around.
I kind of like look at it, but yeah, it is pretty neat, Urzok.
Is it always such light?
It depends on the spell, really.
I like your magic.
So we're just gonna hang.
Yeah, so we shouldn't be able to be seen. I'll table talking this. I'll tell you about the private sanctum. Sound can't pass through the barrier at the edge of the warded area. The barrier of the warded area appears dark and foggy, preventing vision through it. Sensors created by divination spells can't appear inside the protected area or pass through the barrier at its perimeter. Creatures in the area can't be targeted by divination spells. Nothing can teleport into or out of the warded area. Planar travel is blocked within the warded area. Casting the spell on the same spot every day for a year makes this effect permanent.
Can we go in and out if we want?
You can.
Okay.
The hut allows you to pass through.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Greater Restoration. It's my last spell slot.
Again?
Yep.
Oof.
Okay.
We are.
Fuck.
And I say,
Hey,
fuck.
we're putting all
we
of
should
our
be able to get some
cards
rest.
and eggs in that basket of hopefully he doesn't just go.
You all rest. I'll keep watch. I don't need to sleep. Just need to chill.
That's gross.
I just saw you. You've been cooking those boops for a long time. You sure you don't need to sleep?
Positive.
I go to bed.
I don't sleep anymore.
I lay down.
I've already
I
finished
press.
casting and
As soon as the
Yeah.
warning's up, you just like lean against the
Yeah.
side of the dome.
I long press B.
Crouch, lifeline. Yeah. Excuse me. Whenever you lie flat, it's always arms up, but head is like.
Face down, booty up.
Great. That's where you're at. Perfect.
All right, Urzok, do I don't want to be inside. Do krill sleep? But how do you slumber?
Krill do find rest, not needed in Tower of Savior. All sustenance we need brought from Relic.
in that goo stuff.
Yes, tasty. Yes?
Acquired taste, but
I can fetch more if you
you know,
desire.
Urzak,
traveler.
I'm good. I had mac and cheese this morning, so we're good.
What a weird diet you have on your boat.
Suit yourself, traveler. I will retrieve sustenance. Does anyone else desire?
No, please, Urzak, you don't have to get us any food. Just relax with us. Take a breather.
So
I will retrieve dinner.
And Urzok just into the sandstone of the ground just starts burrowing, and every time they get like an armful away, they sort of sink into the sandstone more, and every time they sink in, it closes back up around them until they are burrowed fully
Like
into the
like
sandstone.
mole from
I
Yeah,
I
except it
do not like that.
recongeals smoothly as if they had never been there as they disappear.
That's worrisome. This
I-
whole floor could be made of lava.
I hate that.
It's now just the four of you in the hut. You two are already just clapped, slumbered,
gotta-
easy.
Gotta gibble gobble.
Xerephina.
Never run when you can walk. Never walk when you can stand. Never stand when you can sit. Never sit when you can sleep. I'll go to bed.
Terra.
That was
Talk
such
to me.
a convoluted way of going
Does
to bed.
that saying essentially mean stay in bed forever?
Yeah, I guess so.
Unless you have to get up.
Why? Why would you?
By the logic of that saying, you wouldn't.
Once I feel that they're all asleep.
An hour in.
It's not time.
Urzok will have returned by this point and curled up, sort of like nestled into themselves like a small chitinous egg, eating away at the jello that they've uncovered, but seemingly otherwise inert.
Okay. And I'm just gonna step outside the dome.
Okay. Is this which one is you?
I'll leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Step outside. You're in this sort of cold, quiet bluestone chamber.
And I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna cast my thoughts out to this lich.
Okay.
I'm available to talk now. I might not be available to talk later. I want to hear what you have to say.
Roll me a persuasion check. She's outside of the dome. She can't hear anything that's happening
Oh.
outside.
That's just what we're
You're just gibble gobble slumbered.
Gibba gabba slumber.
14.
14? Excuse me for one brief and shining moment here.
do ba do ba do ba
I'll use
do
my
ba do
OG
ba
D&D
do.
dice.
My heart is racing right now.
I'm
Good.
Upset.
We are in it.
Why be anxious about real life things when you can be anxious about
Okay.
fantasy things?
You say I'm available to talk right now. I might not be available to later.
And I'm just kind of leaning, the cool guy leaning up against the dome.
The doorways, the inert blue brick doorways, all shimmer for a moment, and flecks of iridescence trail from the emblem of the mosaic down towards and expanding around the circumference of the sun mosaic on the floor just for a second as a voice echoes. It is unclear whether it is echoing around the whole room, whether it is echoing just in your mind or somewhere in between the two, but this voice reaches out. A parley would not be unwarranted. What is it you have to say?
I was told certain things about what you liches did to the god of the afterlife, to Ishtava, and what you took. You seem to be saying that there is a different side to that story, and I want to hear that side.
Again, that shimmer. This word. You have used it more than once. When you say lich,
What is it that you think you mean?
An emissary of undeath, someone who has cheated the natural order of things, someone who's stolen power the way that it seems you have, the way that I've told you've stolen power.
The eclipse flares for a brief moment.
And yet you ally yourselves with a sect of the gods. Not all of them are pleased with you, at least one is very unhappy. I want to know your story.
You might be the only one with any interest in our side of things. What makes it safe to speak such truths to you?
It doesn't. I'll just say I wouldn't have been on this path. It wasn't my choice to come down this path. And I don't like being ganked around by gods or immortals. So I'd like all the information before I decide for myself what to do.
You are right in pieces and in fractions. I, as my kin were emissaries, but not of what you think.
What or whom were you working for?
I toil for the same being I have toiled for eons. The very same under whom you now labor. And it has been a long, long task. I would perhaps spare you such painful labors as I have done. I would give you a path towards a swifter end, a goal we might all find amenable. Simply, when the eclipse glitters and flashes, this cold white light trickling down in streams and rivulets, expanding towards the mosaic of the sun, and as the light hits it, the sun glitters and flashes, and with a great column of white light becomes a silvery disc of liquid magic in its place. Simply step through, and we can converse as much as you may need.
Fuck.
I need parlay. You will honor those terms.
It will be myself and my attendants, with no attempt to harm or capture you. I give you my word as one of our same brood, that in our conversation no harm will come to you, lest you begin said wound.
Do I believe them?
Roll me the fattest insight check.
Also, I was thinking, some peppered inspo, just to check. Peveril Brothers?
Oh.
If any, a little subconsciously. It wasn't something I'm
Because
actively basing it on.
because I
but-
was like, my brain went, oh yeah, they like challenged death.
Yeah.
And he has the cloak. Yeah, holy shit. So I was
Yeah,
literally like,
yeah.
wait.
Kinda.
That's from Harry Potter, ladies and gentlemen.
Your roll on the insight check.
26.
26. It is less your intuition and more something that lies dormant in the core of your spine that prickles out across your shoulder blades that tells you that they are not speaking falsehoods to you.
Are they speaking in loopholes and riddles at all? Do I get that sense?
Hard to say how much is a riddle and how much isn't.
Aren't you already hurting
These
yourself?
that quote that you were given about stepping through this disc of light seems to have been true.
I step through. I take a look back, see the sleeping forms, and I step through.
Okay.
Not our watch leaving us.
There is a moment of beautiful echoed silence in this chamber as you look back. You see through the shimmering veil of the dome and the sanctum. You see these 3 sleeping individuals, 4 if you count Urzok. You take them in, and you turn back to this pool, this glittering, living mosaic. You step onto it, and in a beautiful, refreshing, cold blast of air, you fall into the water as if it was a pool.
I always play the responsible character. Just let me do something.
We need to do some.
responsible.
After this all done, we need to do some team building exercises right now. We're doing some
You
drills.
Need a glue guy.
Yeah.
8 hours later,
Do 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 do.
yeah, you're like, you
Terra?
all 3 wake up to a full long rest in this dome,
Yes.
Thank God.
and you are alone
The dick Terra.
in this room. It's a little disorienting because you have, at this point when you've woken up, you now have no idea what time it is outside or in this room. It looks exactly the same, this dim blue glow, these 5 unlit dormant wall doors. The only thing of difference is how refreshed you will feel. And as the dome and the sanctum dissipate, well, the sanctum actually stays up, right, for 24 hours?
Yep.
So the dome dissipates, the sanctum stays, but as the sanctum sort of wends, or the dome wends away, you notice that Terra is nowhere to be found.
Terra? Terra?
Can I hear her?
Are you calling out vocally or telepathically?
Oh, I forgot about that. Somebody remind me of that.
I don't know.
Sure, I think.
You like, as you're saying Terra, you're thinking like, where's Terra? Where's Terra?
Oh, we.
You do not.
We're not connected?
Should've
I don't.
left
Let
him
me see how long that lasts.
out. Oops.
Oh, it definitely doesn't last fast enough for a long fucking rest.
Well, yeah. And
Which
it was,
which feat is this? Which skill is this?
No, it wasn't. It was,
It was spell.
It was a spell.
You're
it
back
was
to
very telepathic.
Good now, right?
I'm
I
good.
got it.
Good.
Almost
It
lost
only
my
lasts an hour.
Yeah. No, you don't even feel a telepathic link anyway.
kind.
Urzok.
Urzok, we need to talk
Also,
about
how
that.
I wake up in the morning.
I fucking call her Urzok.
Right. No.
Where the fuck is Terra?
Please, traveler, we do not know to what you refer. Let Urzok go.
I like.
Urzok clatters away, but doesn't leave the sanctum yet. Why do you strike?
I start walking around and I look at the doors.
Just like going up to them?
Yeah, I'm inspecting the room.
Okay.
Urzok, Terra's not here. Our other traveler with us.
And the tracks.
Just tracks leaving the center and then.
Worried
Where
about.
would she go?
That's a question I have for you. Would something or something take her out? Take her somewhere?
No, we are in second phase of worthiness.
I hate this.
We have not yet ascended, earned passage to ascension. There is order to meeting.
Right. I don't know. Ignis?
Which door are you starting with? Are you walking up to first?
Yeah, left to right.
So you're going to this one here with the the little sliver facing the
Yeah.
facing southwards. As you walk
Waning
up
crescent.
towards the door, the waxing crescent, in fact,
Huh?
glows bright white, and the blue brick sort of covering of this archway flashes into this bristling silver white light. And as it does so, a voice echoes loudly and openly through the chamber. The moon begins to waken as a sliver of its might, to dance on dreaming pinpricks or fall ever into night.
Fuck you. Open the door.
The door is open. It's this bristling white light looking like silver liquid. It's floating in the midst of the archway.
But are all the archways have bristling liquid?
Only as Ignis walked towards the waxing crescent door did it flash bright white and open.
Ignis, I know.
You don't fucking know.
I don't, but I know you're emotional right now. And if you go off and make a decision by yourself, it could very easily lead to us packing it, you packing it, and us not finding where Terra is. So before you do anything rash, let's talk this over as a team. That's the only way we're getting out of this, and we're in this position because Terra has either made a decision on her own without consulting us. Well, I guess that's the only way around it.
We know Terra. I mean, she would never do anything if it was not important, and she would never get kidnapped. It's Terra.
She would make a dumb mistake. She's too close to the ship.
And I get it. I would do anything for my family. And if something were drawing me there, I might make a rash decision. But we have to trust Terra, and we just have to find our own way. I'm sure we'll see her soon.
What the fuck is this room? I look at Urzak.
This is Chamber of Moonrise. Ways to reach ascendancy.
Which door do we go through?
Any.
He points up with one of his gnarled insectoid fingers to the eclipse. He points 3 times to the 3 dull green gemstones above the eclipse.
God damn it.
Earn 3 and pass.
Go through door, kill things, come back.
Not no.
Great.
Now, yeah.
Let's go through the doors together.
Whatever it is, let's figure it out together. Do we want to go through the phases of the moon? Start at full, work our way to eclipse?
I also would like to cast a teleportation circle here.
Okay, how long does that take?
I think it takes like 10 minutes as well. Just because I know this lasts 24 hours, and in case you need to come back.
Let me see here. Actually, it only takes 1 minute.
Oh, a minute.
Blah, 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 blah.
Do I see anything else, like connoting what each door would be?
Teleportation circle only works
To a teleportation
to one that already exists.
Yeah, we have other ones that exist. If I put one here, I could put another one somewhere else. You know what I'm
But
saying?
then it will only... The casting of the spell teleportation circle only lasts a round. It's like creating the one to take you to somewhere when
And
already
creating a
exists.
permanent one to go to takes like a year.
You can't
Takes,
pre-make
a
it.
year. Yeah.
Understood.
It sucks.
So that one we made on the
If-
boat
Was unnecessary.
doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
It was just a pretty picture.
We
Yeah.
can go back to it. You can cast it at any point, and then within 6 seconds we go back. But the only problem is that if it's in combat, and you can't cast it now here and then have it there.
I think
and then
that's a different spell.
Yeah, that's teleport.
No, that's like a word of recall or something like that.
teleportation circle.
There's a few spells that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a few spells.
There's just
Whatever
one-
you
you-
call
It
them.
needs to be a
on the boat-
permanent one that
The
exists.
one on the
like-
boat does not exist. Unless you had one
limit
built
does
on the
not
boat.
exist.
No, they're definitely
Yeah.
not teleportation on the boat.
Sure.
This is not a wizard's boat. It's a fuck palace.
It's a-
There's probably a teleportation
Palace.
circle that we are aware of that's in like the major cities. we've
I'm
been to.
certain your apartment has one. I'm certain of it.
Yeah.
So if we need to yippty-skippy out of here.
So
You just
that's
gotta-
what casting teleportation would be for. To go to one
Yeah.
of those.
Or teleportation circle, just taking a minute to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
We could teleport to this room just fine.
Sorry, guys.
Oh.
Using a teleport.
Grab hands and cast teleport. We zoop it over.
No.
I feel like teleport is just it's candy of a spell. You know?
Can we go?
Yeah.
Go through the door. Brrr.
Yeah.
Full moon.
No, let's go left. This one.
Okay. We go left
We go left.
through the shining, shimmering
Okay.
doorway.
I had mentioned this, but you weren't paying attention.
Yes.
Is there anything on the walls or near the doors connoting like what to expect behind it?
The only thing that sort of happens as you walk up to each door is the doorway ignites and lights up,
Yeah.
and a voice will say something
Got
each
it.
time you walk to anyone. Would you have walked to any other ones or just this first one?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would have walked around.
Okay. So
While they were
just
jerking it.
to briefly go through this again. As you walk up to the first door, the waxing crescent on the left here, you hear the moon begins to waken as a sliver of its might, to dance on dreaming pinpricks or fall ever into night. Continuing clockwise, you move to the light half down, the half moon there. At break of twilight, stars unwind themselves and become one, as heavy hangs the lidless light which keeps the gods undone. As you move to the full moon, you hear the wintry tides that bring with them the only forward path do ebb beneath the fullest moon, shimmering with wrath. You move towards the waxing gibbous. As it ignites, all that which is must come to naught when daylight seeks to hide, as mortals all must flee or die beneath the twilight tide. And finally, the second half moon, the dark half down, no light at all to gaze upon the surface of the land. In shadows deep and dreamless lie a sharp, familiar hand.
Huh.
Lie a what familiar hand?
A
Sharp,
sharp,
familiar
familiar
hand.
hand.
Shart, familiar hand.
Yes.
Okay.
Shart into your hand. Yeah, I still think left.
Yeah, I feel like these are warnings or something, but we should just go. Let's just go through and we'll learn more by going through.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're walking through the waxing gibbous door.
Uh-huh.
Put yourself over, or the waxing crescent rather. Put yourself over there. As you all make contact with the shimmering archway, you feel pulled as if magnetized through the door as soon as you touch the light, as everything becomes white around you. And we'll come back to you shortly.
Fuck.
Terra. As your group rested, you conversed with this voice, seemingly that of Relic, and stepped onto the produced gateway that was there on the mosaic of the sun. As you step into it, you feel yourself almost plunge as if into a deep, cold pool, but as soon as you are submerged, you are not underwater, but just falling through callous, cold darkness, flecked with shimmering starlight. It feels freezing and cloying and familiar all at once, until with a sudden tumble and flash of light, you find yourself on a diamond-shaped dais at the top of a sloping stone set of stairs. The stairway opens up into a hexagonal room, 2 layers.
The floor looks to be some kind of dark marble stone with two sort of ritual circles inset into the walls, sort of left and right of you. A couple krill working at each one of them. This almost laboratory space full of equipment and tools and bottles filled with things spread across this floor, leading up to two separate stairwells that lead up towards a second tier of this room. At the top parts of each set of stairs, there's another ritual circle laid into the wall there that more krill are working at, with one final ritual circle at the back of this upper raised part of the room. But the three main things that really catch your eye as soon as you appear on this platform. In the raised back half of the room, just in front of the ritual circle, but before the balcony that overhangs the beginning of the room, is this stone crumbling, slightly larger than semicircular artifact. It is covered in dormant rune work and seems to have bioorganic tentacular growth wending away from the stone and sort of like meshing with some pieces of the bioorganic network that forms some of the walls. Hovering in between this semicircle artifact is this glittering, floating crystal shard that's almost hard to look at.
What color is it?
It's this like lapis lazuli iridescent purplish fragment. Point two that you notice, the ceiling isn't there at all. It is simply the expanse of starlit cosmos. And standing with their exoskeletal hands gripped around the marble balcony at the top part of the room is a figure, dragonkin in structure but with the bones on the outside, now clad in some kind of almost body contour apparatus, not unlike that which Angelo wears, but it seems almost grafted to the bone, set with a pair of like metallic folded wings behind them.
I hate that.
Draped in the tatters of a woolen grey cloak, with the cloak almost disintegrating halfway down and tethering his energy to the 5 ritual circles across the room. You recognize this being to be the individual that introduced themselves to you earlier as a relic. And as you appear, all the krill, the like 10 or so krill in the room, turn to you and like chitter towards themselves as Relic speaks. I'm glad you took the offer. It would have been pleasant to talk sooner, but I will take what I can get.
What do you mean by talk sooner?
Anything messy could have been avoided.
I'm listening.
I have to really control myself. Few outsiders have seen the privacy of my sanctum. What do you think of it?
You like my place?
It's nice, no?
Nice, no? It's nice, huh?
You outsiders have seen the privacy of my sanctum too.
Yeah, it's okay.
You know what I mean?
It's not compliant. It's not bad.
What are you doing with the cloak and the circles?
Alright.
What's your game? What do you want?
Simply finishing a job. As I am sure you're here to do the same.
Was your name always Relic?
You know, it's hard to remember. I don't even know how long it's been. I'd like to think so.
Give me the name of the person you work for.
You really haven't decided that for yourself. You want me to say it, don't you?
I would like a definitive answer.
I can respect that. And Relic just sort of floats up above the balcony, still with these intangible energy tethers connecting to the cloak, and drops down to the main tier of this room. Just about. Have you come down the stairs from the platform, or are you staying up there in the teleportation platform?
I think I'm staying there for now.
So in that case, Relic will float down to just about the base of the stairs, look up towards you. I serve they who lurk behind every shadow. I serve that which dreams, that which guides most to a gentle final sleep. The faceless one, themselves with many names, shepherd of the eclipse,
The bunny. He's the reaper.
in fact, my garments, as he sort of like pulls part of the cloak over one of his shoulders, my garments were a gift from my current employer. Do you happen to recognize them?
I've been told of them. I've never seen them.
I would hope so. I've had them for some time now.
What is the job?
To do what I was told to. As he gestures up towards that artifact with the crystal hovering there.
When he turns around, I go,
Just like the fattest eye roll.
There's like a grill. He's like.
I know, right?
What a bitch, right? Management. All in a day's work.
Never
Great.
shut the fuck up.
We don't get breaks enough.
Dobby's here too.
I have been laboring for many seasons in an attempt to pierce the light which has burned those who I serve for so long.
Oh no!
Oh, fuck!
He said, "I'll help, mommy."
Hannah knows things that Terra doesn't. Hannah knows things that Terra doesn't. Okay.
It has been a long time figuring which ways would
Is Shafa fuck?
No.
Okay.
which ways would darken the heavens best. And it was only opportune that my people should arrive not too long ago. He gestures towards a couple of the krill, like, asteroids around the ridge. Great.
Look that you're
Great!
The tension is high. We're gonna laugh it out.
I did what I had to do. And I was hoping to perhaps find these good folk a home.
The delay.
When all was said and done.
A home up there, or a home down here.
Why restrict oneself to one or the other? As he steps up the stairs, and you can sort of hear the wet, sort of like crunching noises as his exoskeletal structure sort of presses into the wet flesh underneath him as he steps a couple rungs up the stairs.
It's like when your shoes are full of water and you walk.
Literally, yeah.
Or when you have your flesh room.
Yeah, right?
Your room
As you
made of
do.
flesh.
Well, I mean, imagine if your shoes were full of water and you were stepping on dry leaves.
Oh, okay.
That's the
I got
sound
it.
that Relic makes when they walk.
But then you look down and it's not leaves, it's flesh.
It's a squishy crunch.
Yeah, a moistened,
crackle.
No.
Perhaps.
Enough.
So almost
A
wet
damp
cereal.
break.
Yeah. Rice Krispie treats with not enough milk.
Right.
Or Rice Krispies with not enough milk, Relic. Relic gestures their sort
Having
of claw
sex
up
with
towards
Bull
you.
Rice.
What would you have me know? What would you ask? What brings you here? I am told frighteningly little, as I'm sure you are.
They've not told you. When was the last time you spoke to our patron?
Oh. Recently enough.
I'm gonna need some more specifics than that.
Within the past cycle of the sun.
Okay.
Do you think the sun cycles every day?
I made a deal with Ishtava to do their bidding.
Why?
To protect somebody I love.
Good.
I hate this guy.
And Ishtava wants their cloak back. And the power that they claim was stolen by 3 liches.
Stolen.
They're breaking up with
That is what I was told.
Hey man, you gotta give her a sweater back.
Stolen. You were told that. What else should I expect?
Call Ishtava down here right now. I don't know if they can, but we can hash it out with them together.
Hash it out. Hash it out. And the stars flicker and like sort of flicker and bristle above in the ceiling. I am far beyond that. I doubt Ishtava could stop me if I tried.
What do you mean?
Huh?
They tried.
Wait.
You said
Yes.
you're doing this for Ishtava.
I am,
It didn't compute for me.
but things seem to be miscalculated. I intend to finish my task, and one of us will have to fail for the other to succeed. So which pulls rank? What is it you wish to know? I have no intention of holding back from you.
What will you do to the sun? And to the... What will you do to the sun?
Just as I was told. To pierce through it. And use it as it was always meant to be used.
And what do you mean by that? Use it as it was always meant to be used.
To put an end to its reign.
Is that its function?
To
To-
hold dominion over those beneath it. So it would seem. So I have seen myself. And so I have been shown.
What have you seen? What have you been shown?
He sort of flickers his wrist, and the stars in the firmament above and the faux ceiling begin to rearrange themselves into a constellation of this frightening face, this bright, gleaming, angular visage with simply a strange, lidless mouth, no nose and eyes, and just tendrils of light wending its way from the jawline upwards, like this glorious, hideous, angelic face. Those who reign in the heavens ought to be removed, supplanted, to have the order shifted in the skies.
You
It
want
has
to...
been a long time coming.
You want to kill all the gods?
He sort of drifts up, hovering in the air again. Kill all the gods. No. No, no. We are here to subsume them. To have them become one with us and join in the brilliance of the eclipse. Or pass into obscurity and consumption.
And Ishtava seems to have changed their mind? Or I'm being lied to, and I am not being guided by Ishtava. Or you're being lied to.
Pick whatever you seem most likely. I have walked the surface of the cold moon and seen those who take residence there.
And? What are your thoughts?
What are my thoughts?
Might not be talking shit.
My thoughts are all honor. To why do you think I build this monument reaching towards the sky? Why does the eye of the gods hang open, pointed towards the dying sun? You think if I stepped upon the celestial body where our true gods lie, and witnessed them and found them wanting, I would do their bidding? No. No. I think you have been led down a path you should not have stepped upon. Or perhaps you were led here to assist. Which do you find more likely? All the krill in the room are leaning and quiet and watching.
Hot gods at their workplace.
Yeah, truly, truly.
Holy shit, did you
Oh my god.
I haven't gotten an expedition. Fuck.
I don't know. I worry if I break this agreement, things will happen to people I love. I wish I had more answers from our employer. But I am going to go speak to my family and tell them what you've told me. And I'll let you know. One way or another.
Please.
I don't want to fight you.
I have no interest in combating you either. None. Your friends, they leap across the starbound chasm in the valley of the waxing crescent. I would head there quickly before they take a fall they may not recover from.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming this far on words you may not have trusted. Mine, ours, as he gestures to all these attendants and these krill, and even the artifact. Our words you can rely on. And if you're still standing on the teleportation platform, have you come down the stairs?
I've come down the stairs a bit
Okay.
to meet him.
Then, in fact, he'll drift up a little bit, just sort of floating down up the stairs without touching the ground. He'll reach out his arm and extend these like 3-pronged fingers towards you, holding a small, like smooth stone-shaped little glistening pod of like this bioorganic, bioluminescent green liquid. If you wish for my attention, merely speak into it. And the servant of the eclipse will answer.
He is our
Okay.
fucking god, man.
Go to your family. He drifts up a little bit, waiting for you to ascend the stairs.
Walk up the stairs, and before I step into the circle, I just take one last clock of the room to see what's going on,
Okay,
and specifically Ishtaba's cloak.
sure. Roll me a Arcana check in that case.
Inky. No. It's a 13.
13. So you can see what the item that has been described to you as Ishtava's cloak. Part of it clearly rests on this like weird undead dragonkin being, right? There's this hood pulled down, this tattered grey woolen cloak over the shoulders and down about halfway through the back. At about the halfway point, the tattered wool of it frays away into 5 separate streams of like almost translucent, transparent green energy. One strand of sort of strips away each way, connecting and tethering to actual portions of drifting, rippling fabric floating above each of the 5 ritual circles. There's a pair of krill at each ritual circle attending to the piece of fabric and sort of almost weaving the strands of magic to and from them. With that Arcana check, that's about all you can muster, is that the cloak is both tangible and intangible, whole and separate all at once.
Okay.
Okay.
Step into the teleportation
Yep.
circle.
You step back up to the platform. Relic simply like lets their eyes flash this bright yellow, and you are sort of wended and torn into this white light again. My party.
My party.
You have stepped
My
through
party.
the gate of the waxing crescent.
Come to work.
And as soon as you walk through and are washed into this cold fluid, the light peels and strips around you until you are in this desolate, almost nebula-like, floating cosmic landscape. You're on a large boulder-like platform, rocky and fragmented below, with a flat surface above, hanging in the middle of nothing. Across the expanse of the cosmos before you, there are 6 floating, almost asteroids, spaced out between you and ascending away from you. There are these 6 platforms, and up in the air, past the 6th, is this glittering green gemstone, about the size of a fist, hovering far in the air. There is no door behind you. There is no passageway. You are simply in this limbo-esque cosmic space with these floating rocks.
Are we supposed to get the shiny glowy thing? Can we fly?
Yeah.
Without spending some bucks?
I have wings.
Oh shit. Right.
Be careful.
You've seen me use them.
It's been a while.
It was literally yesterday.
I can't imagine that we're just gonna grab it. So, be careful.
Maybe that is.
Would someone like to join me?
I mean, I could summon Diesel.
I'm walking with you, but I cannot fly.
Well,
I can
Diesel's
carry you.
big.
I'm
Also,
good.
Diesel's big. If you want to wrap your arms around my waist.
Freedom of movement. Autonomy. Hey, Eva. Oh. Well.
Dog check.
Dog. Oh.
Everybody take a drink.
To Eva.
R.E.P.
I'm gonna get some water shortly.
I'm just gonna call Diesel to come on in.
Okay.
Yeah, can I?
Yeah. Is that you casting?
It's already been cast, so I can just call upon it.
Yeah, you call upon Diesel, and how does the portal manifest that summoned Diesel?
It's like when you play all those games and you do the whistle, and then
And you,
suddenly,
like, turn around
just from
and
the
suddenly-
periphery, it's
yeah.
like Diesel's always been there.
Just clapping.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
And if you try really hard, you can like spin around
And,
your
like,
camera
jump
enough
right
that you
on.
can see it just kind of like blink
Appear.
into existence.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, you whistle for Diesel, and out just from behind earshot, you hear.
A little bit. But there is always a little bit of like the intro to a reggaeton song when he's summoned.
Can you give us an example of that,
bring me
please?
up
But you know, like the little Spanish, like ding 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 ding, like in a Spanish guitar moment, you know.
Yeah, that really gave it to me. That
Name
gave
me 2 reggaeton singers, please, right now. Just for me.
Daddy
My
Yankee
birthday.
and Rosalia and Bad Bunny. There's 3.
Oh, there you go. Okay, good.
Nice.
All
But
right.
instead
You
of
named
that, to
some
fit,
of the most well-known
to fit
ones,
closer to Vin Diesel, the sound of Pitbull saying "Mr. Worldwide"
Yeah.
or
Well, when
DJ
when Diesel
and
get-
or
is-
DJ Khaled
is wearing Pitbull sunglasses when
And I
Diesel
can
comes
hear
in.
that beginning of the Fast and Furious franchise music. Do-do-do-do.
Yeah, it's that's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah, sure.
It's more like a
It's not
Spanish
quite-
guitar
Yeah.
kind of.
But then like it easily flows into some reggaeton. You know what I mean? All right.
Fair.
So Diesel appears, absolutely. As you're summoning Diesel, almost in like a flickering flow, like a domino cascading, 6 massive lightning bolts almost ripple out from the cosmos and shred their way up the stairwell of floating asteroids. Just like up the way. As soon as they're there, they're gone.
What the?
Diesel there.
Am I just gonna give Diesel a pat and mount on up?
Wait.
I'm just getting ready. You know.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just gonna fly off into the
No.
danger zone.
Well, I feel the need. The need for speed.
Diesel at that catchphrase. Just like mane
Has
in the
a
wind.
mustache. Yeah.
Great.
Diesel's my Iceman.
Diesel gives
You
the
be
same
my wingman any day.
energy as
He
the horse from Tangled.
He doesn't have a mane. He's bald.
Oh, is Diesel the horse
Just
maneless,
has a mustache.
smooth and shiny?
What mustache?
He has
So the bushy mane mustache,
But
like
it's canon that he has a mane because you said he has a mane last time.
Oh, I did, didn't I?
Yes.
well,
he
that
has a
could be referring to the
mane
mane of a mustache.
like-
Yeah.
the mane of Vin Diesel, which is a
Chrome.
shimmering bald.
Yeah.
And a tank.
It's
You are
an
on
anti-mane.
Diesel. Diesel is hyped up with that catchphrase. What are you doing? Are you sending Diesel? up?
I'm like, oh, hang on. I'm holding Diesel back while we're waiting to go.
I'm gonna. Is there like a rock on the ground near me?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pick one up and toss it in that direction where all the lightning.
Yeah, you just like towards the first of the 6 like floating platforms, the floating
Yeah.
asteroids. Yeah, you pick
so
up the
something happens.
stone from the ground, you whip it, and as it crosses the threshold of your starting platform, like 2 ends of the cosmos sort of pucker and wall, and this lightning bolt crackles through and vaporizes the rock.
So, as you can see,
Swim away.
I doubt we should be flying straight into that. There's something we should figure out.
I mean, what if we go rock to rock? Boulder to boulder.
I threw the rock from this rock to that rock, and it still happened.
I can't help you there, can I?
This may be some kind of thing we have to big brain, or we die.
Then we got one of them spells where you can like,
I can give us resistance to lightning damage if I roll the right.
you know what I mean? Like it kind of takes you in and out.
You mean like a dimension door?
Yeah, or I mean
You're
one.
still at fire. Oh no, you have long rest. You have long rest.
Yeah.
Come on, give us that good lightning.
Also, Hannah, if you haven't taken a long rest, please do so.
Great.
You lucky dingus.
Oh, well, I did wait an hour, so I got a short rest in, and I'm a warlock, so,
So
I
it's
get...
the same thing.
Yeah.
Good enough.
You should still get your 6 hours, 8 hours,
She took the feet
We
where
got
you
it.
don't have to. Or the
I got a 6. So I get to choose.
but
Okay.
mental.
It's been a day of 6s.
So what is it?
I get to choose, so it will be lightning.
Hell yeah! What's the?
The emotion is anger.
So you're getting salty. Going Super Saiyan.
No, okay.
Great, cool.
I can't hurt. Anyways, I will use. I'm out. It's not once per day, and we're not in a round. So can I just give the resistance
Sure.
to both of them?
Yeah,
Or all
absolutely.
the other-
It's like take a couple, like a
Yeah.
minute or so to,
Yeah.
to sort of imbue that resistance with that ability of the School of Passion. Yeah, you've just shed that resistance. So you all 3 now have resistance to lightning damage.
I imagine it's like when you take a lot of beta alanine, and you're getting all
You're like,
tingly.
Woo!
Yeah.
And
Alright.
as you're sort of both like all holding hands and essentially like tasing each other a little bit, feeling a little anger sort of rise in your throat. The air buckles and flashes beside you on this mainland platform, and as the cosmos sort of whirls into a figure, when it flashes again, your friend Terra is now standing on this platform.
Beans!
Jesus fucking Christ.
The hell did you come from?
How long have I been gone?
We thought you were
I
dead.
mean, you've been gone since we woke up.
Oh, I was not gone for that long where I was. I'm sorry. I should have left a note. I'm sorry.
Yeah, your sister went crazy.
I wouldn't say crazy.
Oh, she tried to choke out.
Yeah,
our
I
bug
think
friend
I
here.
think I think an apology is.
You smell of savior.
I hate that.
So I did talk to Relic in a parlay sort of fashion, and I relay everything that Relic told me to all of you.
We trust Relic.
I don't know who to trust. And Ishtava won't answer my fucking call. And I don't know if Ishtava asked this person and these people to do a job and then decided, oops, maybe not. Just kidding. And then this person has a Relic and the other liches decided, well, we're still gonna do it. Or
That means it probably shouldn't be done. And we need to stop it. Or
So
the Lich is just doing what Ishtava wanted. Ishtava's lying and they just want to do it. Either way, we should stop it. Because fuck them. But if we do what they told us to, we get Stella back.
Let me get it straight. Relic, this litchy witchy boobop we're going to fight here, wants to usurp, secede the gods?
apparently just the ones on the crucible, the sun.
Yeah, that's...
And he believes the true gods are on the eclipse, on the moon.
What gives them, him? Is Relic him, them? What?
I you know what? I was so caught up in it, I didn't ask their pronouns.
That's fine. It's
I
emotional
sense
time.
very masculine energy, and it was voiced by a male actor.
All right.
So, in order to avoid the name game,
Let's go with
we're gonna.
What are relic
What's relic?
pronouns?
I'm gonna go with.
Relic.
If it helps, Relic's pronouns were he, him, now doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Relic?
Much like
It's
Yeah.
douche and bag. Relic wants
I
to.
prefer cock tease, thank you.
Oh.
I
was gonna
hate
say
that
cock
because you know what? That's what Relic lacked way back
Yeah.
when Mommy wouldn't do it.
You're talking about Godwin.
Oedipus. This
So
is
they-
Godwin.
This is Godwin for
This
us.
is the Eclipse's Godwin.
What if it's actually Godwin?
No.
Wait, explain that to me.
No,
Wait, no.
it's totally
What do you mean? This is this table talk. What do you mean?
Oh
this
my
is the
God,
eclipse
is it
Godwin?
It's
Totally
our version.
Godwin?
It's our version of Godwin for the eclipse. Like it's like Godwin
Look me in
is
the
the
eyes.
devotee of
Really?
La,
Uh-huh.
and he was so in love with La and
Yeah,
in
but
the
he got
crucible that he became a god.
Yeah, but he got that good bad pussy though.
This dude Relic's like in love with the eclipse and the
The
gods
lunacy.
on the moon. He is someone who wants to become this sort of devotee to these other gods. It is a very similar like mirror there, and they should fuck.
In conclusion, they should bang.
Relic of Godwin.
Yeah.
Now, that don't sit right with me. I'm not the. I'm just a country lawyer, but as we're sitting on this weird asteroid in space,
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, can we get the fuck?
and I'm like fucking tweaking from this hit I just got from over here.
Like,
Like this don't sit well in my craw. Like,
Speaking of, I'll also
So
extend
sucker.
the lightning damage. Not be a lightning, it would be lightning.
Just
You're
gives you
just
a-
like,
Feel the tingle.
And you get, yeah, you do a little bit of woo, and in fact, it's not snorting coke. It is in fact snorting pre-workout. Fully.
oh,
Yeah,
How did pre-workout?
The fuzz.
What,
Oh,
what
okay,
flavor? What
fuzzy, like-
flavor?
Blue raspberry only.
Yeah, blue raspberry is the best
It's
flavor.
lightning. It's blue raspberry.
Yeah.
Or green apple. I feel like.
No.
Citrus blend.
Citrus
Ooh,
blend.
okay. Yeah.
That sounds
Oh.
painful.
Lemonade.
what doesn't sit right with you?
I mean, I have no love for the eclipse or the crucible or whatever.
Didn't know
the fuck.
about them until a few hours
Well,
ago.
I mean, I didn't really care. You know what I mean? Like, but for one being so gung ho for one or the other, that's gonna throw a very delicate balance out of order, and with that will come chaos. And what I'm worried about is who's gonna get caught up in that chaos. Yeah, fuck the man, bring down the patriarchy, shatter that glass ceiling. I'm all there for that, girlfriend. But to invite more chaos into already such a chaotic world, I feel would be doing a disservice to life.
My father used to tell me stories, many stories, and I don't know where he heard them, but I do know he's lived a long life. But the crucible he speaks of, he says, are not as good as they seem, especially.
These are little asteroids running into our asteroid.
Yeah,
this
it's
fully
like-
work.
Collateral spatial damage. Yeah, I mean the lightning is flashing in weird intervals across these floating rocks, so sure.
Also, I'm on
Yeah.
top of Diesel still.
Diesel is getting a little shaken up. Diesel smells something bad.
I just kind of keep petting.
In the background somewhere. Yeah, sure.
My brother horse.
I just. This guy seems very strong.
Damn it! It's okay, Diesel. Chill. It's
How much ice do you need?
One small bolt.
This guy seems very strong, and he seems stronger than the other two we fought. And there was I explained the room to you also. I really wish Gustavo would just talk to us, because then I would know. Or maybe not, because Gustavo's a fucking liar, maybe.
I don't care what Ishtava thinks. What do you think?
Let's ask Halifax.
Who the fuck is Halifax?
Here we go.
Hey
guys.
the god that we made a deal with.
Zoom out for a second.
You guys are meeting so many gods. I haven't even met the one I serve.
To be
You
fair, I
haven't
did
had
not.
faith long enough.
Here's my here's my lay of the land.
Gatekeeper.
Neither. It's not a question of that guy or Ishtava. They're not. They are the both other side. They are both not trustworthy. They could fucking hate each other, that's fine. Or love each other, inconsequential. Clearly, whatever the fuck this guy's doing is bad.
Disagree.
Urzak, love you, buddy, but just take his back seat.
Why?
Well, let him finish his words, Urzak, but I do want to actually hear what you have to say, but... Oh, I'm sorry. Let her finish her words, Urzak.
Delivered by a male identifying actor.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But it's already well established.
I mean no hurt.
Have you seen me?
You're also playing a woman. Please. So.
I am, yeah.
Continue.
I don't think that we can trust either of them. And I don't think that the decision is whether we should trust one or the other off the table. The decision is starting from what do we need? We need to get your daughter back.
How can I get her?
the only way forward in that progress is to stop whatever the fuck is going on here. Because either way, it's bad. Like, that sounds bad. Like, I don't know fuck all about the gods. But you can't just get rid of one of the scales. Like, it's got it.
But who says that any of them are the end all be all?
Dang.
He said Pierce.
Lightning cascades through the cosmos again. And with this crackling of energy, you feel the giant stone platform that you're standing on rumble a little bit.
Christ.
Who?
Let's
I
keep
think we
moving.
should get moving, but we have to do this carefully. I'll go first. We'll see what happens. I just let out my wings. I'll fly to the next rock.
You just sort of like let your wings sort of take some air, lift off, and try and essentially like fly jump to that first platform. Okay, as you take flight and leap from one platform to the other, I'm not going to have you roll any athletics checks to see if you can make these jumps. However, as you're in the air taking flight, you can feel the sort of the presence in the cosmos around you begin to heat and bubble as energy starts to crackle in flanges around you. And I'm going to have you roll a dexterity saving throw as you leap and fly, basically trying to avoid this first bolt of cosmic lightning.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Yeah. You are prepared for it, your wings take flight, and as this bolt of lightning arcs through the air, you pivot, it wends around you, and you land on the first of these 6 platforms. As soon as your feet touch the ground, your wings still spread apart, the 3 of you, plus Urzok, still on the large platform, shake in place as a large chunk of the platform falls off into the abyss below.
Oh shit. I can't do that. I don't know how to get.
Fly?
Yeah.
Well, I'm up on Diesel. I slap Diesel's hide, and I'm like, mount up, girlfriend. Let's get on up in here.
Diesel pivots their face to a part of the lightning flashing across the sky, and the dark of their eyes almost mimics the flare of sunglasses as the lightning bolt passes by.
Now it's a Diesel can really only fit.
It's fine.
Oh.
I use my bonus action. I spend a key point, and I bring out my Arms of the Astral Self,
Okay.
and then I fucking jump.
Okay. I can imagine these arms almost acting like Doc Ock sort of appendages and pushing you off, and you leap into the air, sort of jumping to the same platform. Angelo, are you staying put as Ignis leaps, or are you moving in time? Are you waiting for Ignis to jump to you,
I know what this is.
or are you both moving at once?
Oh, I'm gonna keep moving, because I know I shouldn't stay still for very long.
Mhm.
So I'll keep going until
Fucking Deep Stone Crypt.
I'm leading the way. So whatever happens to me first.
Okay.
Aren't you also flying?
I'm
Why would you?
flying. I'm using my wings to propel myself to jump further, rather than like flying straight above these, because I feel
That's
like
a
it's safer to make land first and then go to the next.
Okay. As the 2 of you jump in tandem, first of all, you leap with your wings up to the second platform as you are propelling yourself with your astral arms up to the first. As you leave the first platform, another bolt of energy arcs through. Roll me a dexterity saving throw, and you please roll me an athletics check as Angelo leaps from the first platform begins to crumble.
That sounds about right. That sounds like something Angelo would do as well.
Where's fly?
It's a Pegasus.
Oh, okay. I grab you around the waist.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay.
18.
18.
Pegasus.
Rolled low, but since I have my Arms of the Astral Self, I get to use my wisdom modifier instead
Okay.
of my strength modifier. So that's 14.
14.
Do I see this happen?
No, not until after it's happened. So with an 18 first, you leap off of platform 1, you hear it crumble a little bit behind you, but you're mostly focused on the bolt of energy arcing past you, and you just narrowly duck under it. You can feel its heat singe past the nape of your neck as you land skidding on this second floating asteroid. You, as you see Angelo leap off, as you propel yourself, you watch this platform begin to crumble, and you manage to maneuver yourself in the air just enough to cling onto a small fragment of the first asteroid that remains in place. But you are literally straddling it as the rest of it fell apart beneath you.
It's like Wipeout.
Kinda, yeah, almost. The pair of you on Diesel have also all seen this. So now where we are,
Is the ground crumbling underneath us?
as soon as Angelo touches platform 2, another piece of the main platform falls into the cosmos.
I think we should just bolt. Hey,
I think we just need to tag the thing.
Terra, we going? We gotta go touch the thing.
I think when we touch the thing.
Hold on tight. Urzok!
I'm just gonna keep making my way till I can get closer to the
Like one platform to another?
till I get closer to the end.
Okay. What are you saying to Urzok?
Urzok, stay close. I'll reel you in if I have to.
Stay close. I cannot soar in same way.
You got thick thighs, use them.
To where? As he gestures to Ignis, like holding on to the first platform.
Well, the arms are holding it. I'm kind of hanging.
Yeah, on like a large volleyball-sized chunk of rock, right?
Sure.
Urzok, say once more, to where?
Just get ready to jump when I tell you, and hear me out. I'm gonna, yeah. to Diesel right now. Oh, this could happen, and I'm going full send to where the second boulder, where
I've already left that boulder, but yes.
the one that you just landed on,
Yeah, but
like kind of like cutting to
Yeah.
it. Once we're 60 feet away, I'm gonna.
You are under that already. Each boulder, the first two are like only 15 feet apart from each other. They're only 30 feet away from where you are now.
Oh. Well, okay, I'm just gonna get, once I get kind of in between, do I have to roll any things for lightning and shit?
What's your idea first?
I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna, like kind of like an Atlatl-esque, do the, Reel of Retribution, Yipty Skipty, and I'm gonna grab it, and as he gets right up to here, I'm gonna let go and let him fly.
Oh shit! Like, you're trying to swing.
I'm trying to get Urzok to him, to that boulder, and just be like, yeah,
Well,
fly!
here's the thing. As you prep the harpoon and begin the Yipty Skipty to launch up to the second boulder, Angelo has already started Hulk jumping with the wings from boulder to boulder to boulder. So,
did you let me know before you did this?
I'm just trying to get Urzok moving.
Yeah, but you have to tell me so I can be on the
so
plan. Otherwise,
here's
she's gonna end up
how
falling
this is
somewhere.
going. You move from boulder 2 to boulder 3. But as all of this planning is beginning to take place, your first wing beat, roll me another dexterity save as a lightning bolt crackles past you.
I'm trying to solve. I'm trying to figure out this riddle.
Well, you should have taken the cock, shouldn't
I
you?
shouldn't have taken the. I should have.
Yeah, you should have kept the
What
cock.
did you get?
Where is it?
6.
6? Okay. So, in sequence, for the folks at home, Terra, you're on the Pegasus, yes?
Yep.
Okay. So, as you're getting ready to launch yourself towards the second boulder, Angelo jumps to boulder 3. As Angelo's midair to boulder 3, this lightning bolt arcs by and catches you right through one of the wings.
That are made of
It's not gonna, like,
lightning.
open, like, right, yeah, well.
Physics in D&D.
That's fair. So you're gonna take half, I guess, because you're resistant, but you're still taking 6d6 of lightning damage, which comes out to 12. That was a 12. 16, 18, 19 points of lightning damage, half to 9.
Yeah.
The main issue is, as this bolt hits you, it sort of skews your trajectory and you start to spiral and fall. About 15 feet off course, careening into the cosmos. Of course, you have wings, you'll be able to right yourself. But since you didn't touch the landing, platform 2 is still intact.
Cool. I'm gonna fucking swing and
The thing
kinda
like when you're holding a pole
Kermit
in the
style.
game. Yeah.
Kermit cloak in the arms.
Yes.
Just like, boom,
thank
boom.
you.
Yeah, I see you. I see you.
Yeah, I'm using it like that and kind of swinging myself to then. I'll try to land. If I'm not gonna make it all the way, I'll grab it again, but I'll try to land on it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the one that we're launching
Heading towards
Yeah.
the second one, right?
Yep.
Maybe I should stand.
Roll me an athletics check as you yippy-skippy yourself over there. Woody, I will take
Rolling
an athletics check from you as you try and actually just make an attack roll.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, that's fine.
Siggity 17.
17. You eat yourself to the second boulder and you try and land on it, but you just aren't yippy-skipping yourself high enough. But you get grips on it.
Nice.
But it's a bigger boulder now.
I got a
like-
10-foot reach
Oh!
of these things.
Yeah, you're held way on. You're just. I guess you could pull yourself up if you like. Okay,
Yeah, I'm good.
you're good at hanging, literally bouldering the boulder.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's
What
not,
did
it's
you
not
roll?
causing me strain.
I rolled a 29 on my attack.
Yeah, as Ignis yeets herself over, you take that as your signal. You fly off. Yoink! You just yoink Urzok, who an Olympic pencil diver.
Rocket.
Launches themselves through the air.
The facial expressions we got.
It's like what's her face on the boat.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Can I go?
In my head, Urzok's built like a rescue hero.
Or am I still
Yeah.
leaning?
No, that's
Uh,
exactly it.
You could, if you would like to intercept
Yeah,
him,
yes.
and do you
Big
want to
danger.
intercept him and catch him, or intercept him and continually missile Urzok?
Honestly? No, I shouldn't abuse him like that. I'll
No,
catch
if we're gonna kill Urzok, we're gonna
him.
have
We're
to
not gonna
catch some
kill
hands.
him. He could be helpful. He knows about this place, so let's keep him as much as we can.
He's also been fighting for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he
Yeah,
Are
I'm
you
just
missing
following
him,
him. I'm
or-
gonna catch him. I'm gonna catch him.
Okay, we like the
You
krill.
want
Okay.
We like the krill.
I'll say, given that you can just
Once we
fly,
start killing
you
his
right yourself,
fucking
you
daddy.
swoop up and you grab Urzok, sort of like a large
Daddy.
rod.
I like to see.
What's the goal? My friends, you're on platform 2, you're on a horse, a flying horse right next to platform 2, and you're in the air holding Urzok just past platform 3.
I guess we all gotta kind of move together.
1,
All right,
Two.
ready?
Let's do it again.
3.
3.
Okay. The collective yoit! Can I get a group yeet yoit check, please?
Yes.
Yeah, well, what's
is
the-
the goal
what's
here
the
to
stat?
move all the way up the 6 platforms?
Yeah, kind of
Yeah.
do what we just did.
Then I will have all of you roll me. Let's do it all together in sequence. 3 separate group dexterity saving throws.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Number 1,
Are we
go.
Are we adding these up together, or these?
You don't know that.
And it's dex save.
Dex save.
And it has to be Dex.
It has to be dex.
Has to be dicks.
Duck and
I mean,
balls.
if you want to agree to do it one way or another, I'll accept a role play. I'll accept a description as to why you would all collectively do athletics. So it's either a strength save or a dex save.
I'm not gonna force y'all to do athletics.
Those are the same.
Even though I
Right.
do have a +9, but it's okay.
I technically right now would have a +6. So. But I rolled it.
It's up to you. But this first one, you're all yeet skeeting yourself, and that's a dex save.
I rolled a 21.
21.
21, 14.
Where's my calculator? So you said 21,
14.
14.
So that's 35 so far.
Hannah.
18.
Okay. And Kyle.
Thank you.
24.
Okay.
Yeah,
56.
I stopped. Yeah.
Where's your goal? Where is your goal for this one? Are you just moving as a group from one platform area to the next and congregating, or just trying to all push through at once?
I think one to the next, right?
With you guys in the air, all 3 of you in the air now,
Yeah.
and you managing to, and you gorilla-ing yourself.
Yes.
Apes together strong from platform to platform.
Apes
together
strong.
One day soon.
2 weeks,
Yes.
guys.
One day soon.
Next
Not with
week,
me. Not
next
with-
week,
not
tune
with
in. You'll see
Prime.
some of
Not
that.
without. Yeah.
This first one to this first platform.
Fucking Loki. Yes, very sad.
Very
Anyway.
sad. Anyway, you all manage to either in the air or bouldering get to platform number 3. Dexterity save number 2.
You think we could keep going?
I thought we were already on 3.
We don't have another choice.
You were on 3. We caught up.
I
Go-
stopped
go
later.
catch you up, yeah.
Okay.
We're on next.
We send full yoint.
Full yoke number
And
2.
I'm just doing the wings with Urzok, getting them up there with the reel.
20, baby.
Natural 20. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, I imagine you're basically yeeting Urzok back and forth from each other. Like you're
Yeah.
you're javeling Urzok into a Yipty Skipty, being caught, javeling again, and
Yeah.
Urzok all the while is just 3-eyed like.
He's probably having the time of his life. When I think about it.
Stiff as a board, light as a feather.
You,
Because he's
you
not
can
mad about
hear
it, he's
him
letting
like
us do it.
clicking and speaking in Krill as he goes, but what that is unclear. Natural 20.
That'd be a 12. No, I'm sorry. No, 12. Yeah.
12. Okay. Hannah.
16.
Okay.
Natural 1.
21.
Nope.
Natural 1.
Natural 1. Crit fail.
That's a wipe.
That's a wipe.
Respawn.
Guys, wipe
Okay,
for
we
ammo.
got
Wipe
your
for
back.
ammo.
It's okay.
I'm sorry, it was
Because of
dogs, not
this-
crown. It was
this-
dogs.
Because of how this panned out, the Pegasus with Urzok makes it to platform 4 or near platform 4. The pair of you collide in the air as you fly across.
With my natural 20?
Well, this. Give me a second. You collide in the air, and as this sort of fumble is happening, you manage with that natural 20 to sort of not only loop round Ignis, but help propel Ignis's momentum to platform 4.
Okay.
By the skin of your king teeth,
Your
you make it
asshole
to
is
platform 4.
this tight.
As you get to platform 4, you're continuing moving.
Are they crumbling behind us?
If you take a look behind you, there aren't any other platforms behind you left.
Mommy.
Keep going, keep going.
Yeah!
There are little fragments of stone flickering and floating in the dust of the cosmos, but platforms, no.
We can't go home.
Roll me to
sad.
platform 5. Dexterity saving throws, everyone.
You don't want to feel what tight grass feels like again. Damn. Guys.
I don't remember the taste of strawberries.
That's a 16 for me.
Mm-hmm.
The Shire, Sam.
Woody?
I got a 10.
A 10.
I keep going down and down and down.
And apparently,
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 10.
you've done that every
single
single
time.
roll. Hannah, what did you get?
17.
17. Okay, and Kyle?
17.
17.
17? You are okay. Again, as you all sort of propel, either bouldering or flying through the air, platform 4 obliterates into dust on impact, and you all manage to make it by the skin of your teeth, the numerical skin of your teeth, to the 5th platform.
And this is the penultimate.
The platform you're on, platform number 5, hovers high in the cosmos, hanging there, and just above it, at a diagonal, is a very small, about like 3 foot by 3 foot stone floating in the air, above which hangs this green gemstone. It does not have room on it for more than one person.
I'll go.
Hell yeah, never you go.
You're gonna go, you're making the final leap?
Yeah.
Okay, as you propel yourself from the air around the 5th platform and launch and fly through the air towards it, these 5 lightning bolts crackle across the air like a net, and I need one final dexterity saving
You're
throw
about to get
from you.
fucked 2 ways to dinner.
19.
19. There is something in you that says, basically, it's now or never. Do or die. And these bolts of lightning are crackling across towards you in an inescapable netting, and there isn't, by the way you're moving with that roll, there's no way for you to pivot out of that. So you say, if you can't avoid, you go through. So you basically push straight through this webbing of lightning, and you are going to take 8d6 of lightning damage.
But you're resistant, right?
Mm-hmm. So half that.
Okay.
86?
No, you take, with that, before rounding down, you're going to take 35 points of lightning damage. So that's going to be a total of 17.
Se-
with the
se-
resistance. As you pass through the webbing of lightning, sort of with that energy frying all around you, as you land on this tiny plinth with this floating green gemstone in front of you. For those of you on the fifth platform is starting to disintegrate. What do you guys do?
We flattered the gems now.
Is he still there?
He's still there.
I'm gonna grab the gemstone.
You're gonna grab the gemstone? Okay, as you're all beginning to leave the fifth platform, Angelo, you place your hand on this gemstone, and with this brilliant cold wash of energy that then turns blissfully warm, it erupts from the gemstone, washes over you, and then the rest of the entire party here, as everything fades to white. And when it blissfully sort of glitters back into reality, you all find yourselves wreathed in steam, standing in the center of this blue room. But this time, as you appear, this whole door that you just were in, the waxing crescent, doesn't even exist. The symbol is gone, the archway is gone, and above the eclipse, one of the green gemstones glows brightly.
We just did the first lap of the race.
And it's 8:30.
Dum, 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 dum. Let's take a 15.
Ooh, yes.
Go to the
day
bathroom,
15.
get a drink. We are in it for the long haul, folks. Thank you guys in chat for sticking around with us. It is just getting cooking. Go get a drink, get a snack, post some questions in the chat if you have them about what our party's doing, about the world, about these liches, whatever you want to know, we'll answer, and we'll be back at, let's just say for the ease of access, was it 55?
8:55.
8:55.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Why? That's it.
Okay.
Anyway.
See you at 8:55. Bye. cut that shit off the bus. I'm questioning right now.
Mandy Pating.
Okay, maybe do a little bit. I forget what I did that for in Cordia, but it worked, whatever it was.
I
It's
forget.
a long time ago now. Anyway, we are back into it. We have to zoom straight back into the world. You are in the lunar chamber.
We're gonna fucking die.
Within the first floor of the Needle, you have just returned from the waxing crescent, having jumped and grabbed the gemstone, alighting the first of 3 stones above the eclipse.
You can wax my crescent.
Now, just before we jump into another one, what was the words that they said in that one? Like the ones I heard in my head or out loud? Was that out loud or in your head? I don't know what's what now.
The riddle?
Yeah, for the room we just went in.
Would it be the moon begins to awaken? Is that it? The moon begins to awaken as a sliver of its might, to dance on dreaming pinpricks or fall ever into night.
Okay, so it's kind of a hint of what's in there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The next one is at break of twilight stars unwind themselves and become one, as heavy hangs the lidless light, which keeps the gods undone.
I kind of want to go on that one. That sounds fun.
Okay.
Since I gotta move shit.
You
You
get
know?
to go to that one.
All right, you can go to that one, and then we can go to the wintry tides that bring with them the only forward path, do ebb beneath the fullest moon, shimmering with wrath.
Sounds like Jumanji.
That sounds fun.
You know when I got
Yes,
the
question.
OG
Please.
Jumanji, like the
You aren't aware. At the moment. You
year
didn't
is it?
focus too much on that in the first room.
Okay. Well, while we're here, I will connect us telepathically again. As we're splitting up. Great. Now, it may or may not work
Does it?
depending
Do
on...
you expend a spell slot by doing that?
Yeah, but I have arcane recovery.
I can talk to you guys.
Oh, I know. We just want to be able to
Telepathically.
talk back to everyone. You know what I'm saying? So I was putting us together. You know what I'm saying?
Table talk? I think you should save your spell slots for something else.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's fine. I was just also saying I could bring them back too with arcane recovery, so that's why. I was
we don't know if
saying
we'll
it.
have time for that.
Yeah.
Takes a short rest.
This is a marathon, and I think if you
Takes a short rest, which is an hour.
It's up to you, really.
We
if
were
you want to
lucky
use your,
enough
if
to
you want to
get
use your
the-
spell slot, that is your call completely.
We're gonna need them spells for when we face against Chad McGibbons up there.
I can
I
also
can also fight.
do sending.
It's not just a
Unlimited.
Oh, I
wizard.
thought you were just a wizard.
I can also
No.
do sending, which
You're
is
right.
unlimited, and you guys can talk back to me.
Okay. Well, we
So
can
there's
do that
multiple ways that
I
you
need to
can
talk
send
back.
that.
I have a brat kink. Not to
I just
you,
don't
though.
know what to do about that. Really, I have no.
Why did you look into my eyes?
Well, because you were talking. I'm in
No,
character.
no, Woody, no. Unfortunately, you just said the words to your sibling. I have a brat kink. I want nothing more to do with this.
Censored it.
What?
Can't believe you've done
Coming
that.
back? Oh my god.
Great.
It's censored in.
What are you guys doing?
I'm happy to go in this next one if you guys want to go in that. If you guys get through, I'm not back. Come on, join me. I may be having trouble,
If
or
we
I
can
may
get
be.
through, the doors may disappear once we enter.
Do you want to hear the other options? Because we can go into the other options as well.
Let's hear 'em.
No,
Sure, why
So
not?
the other 2 options are all that which is must come to naught when daylight seeks to hide. As mortals all must flee or die beneath the twilight tide.
That one sounds scary.
The last one is no light at all to grasp upon the surface of the land. In shadows deep and dreamless lie a sharp, familiar hand.
I want to see what's going on in that one.
They scare.
I'm curious about
The last one it sounds
I'm gonna go with the
fun.
last one as well.
The other one scares me.
We
I have
only
no
need
desire.
3,
Yeah.
and I think we should go easy, easy, easy.
But the last
what
one
if-
does interest.
If the last one, like, if there's something cool in it, maybe we can grab it. You know what
Why would that be a thing?
What if it's an
I mean? I don't know, man. Like, these megalomaniacs always put a thing to undermine them in their own castles. It's like it gets them off. It's their brat kink.
We're here again.
You just prescribed a lich a brat kink.
Am I wrong?
I didn't say that.
Exactly. Just because you're
Okay.
an all powerful undead lich does not mean you like to talk back and have somebody tame you.
Somebody clip that. I'm gonna kill myself.
Anyways, so let's vote.
You have
Should we
4
go?
doors to choose from.
Are we splitting up?
We can each go in our own door.
Oh my fuck.
That sounds very dangerous.
Actually, fun as
We
hell.
only need 2 more.
You're right. Okay, let's go to the last one.
Let's go to the last one.
All together, we splitting up.
We're splitting up.
You go to the easy one.
I'll go with number 2, baby. Come on, Urzok. Urzok, it's you and me, buddy, to the end of days.
Okay, to that point, who are you taking Urzok?
As Urzok, Diesel, and myself.
Okay, so we've got.
And if we lose, then we lose.
Which one is you on here?
Na, na, na.
We met
Na,
them
na, na.
the other
Urzok,
day.
and you over there.
Yesterday.
Where's the rest of the team going?
To the last one.
The Shadows,
Yes.
Deep and Dreamless.
All 3 of you this way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I just killed myself.
Yeah.
You got Urzok.
Oh, well, no.
Urzok can go in the proverbial
I'm gonna
red
pull
shirt.
out Ahkki's character sheet here afterwards.
Okay.
Ahkki just like smacks him in the ground. He's just like,
He's been falling this whole time.
Sorry about it. What are you supposed to do?
I hope he's watching
what's
right
the
now.
next step,
Oh,
guys?
Miles is watching.
That was my bad. I thought that's what he wanted me to do. She's got so many code words. It was getting a little hot for me on the boat, you know? Beans. I hate those bean sandwiches.
I have to move along. I can't do this.
Beans is kind
So,
of in both campaigns. Both
across-
Beans in the other campaign.
Across this room of lapis lazuli, you sort of are about to head into each of those doors. As soon as you approach both doors, again they each light up. The words overlay again, sort of rippling through the room. Now only audible. The riddle that plays for the 3 of you by the dark half down door. Only you guys hear that one. And you and Urzok only hear the light half down. Oh, funny, you're doing the inverse of the same room. In fact, both of you. I didn't notice that till now.
Oh yeah, look at that shit. That's fun.
And then with one last glance across the way,
I look back and I tip my non-existent cowboy hat at him.
milady,
I hope we never see him again.
Flicked it.
you each pass through your respective gates, dissolving into light and re-emerging elsewhere. Which team would like to go first?
Let's speed round this, guys. It's 9
Yep.
o'clock. We still haven't even talked to the Lich yet.
You guys go first. You said I bet you guys have a harder one than I do.
Go. Let's go.
Okay. The 3 of you walk through this door into light, and then into as you reassemble and feel your bodies sort of piecing back together, you arrive in a completely pitch black room. And if any of you happen to have dark vision, it is of no assistance to you. You are functionally blinded.
Hey guys, can you put on the light? I still can't see.
I'm gonna be that guy and ask, because I have a warlock ability that allows
Mhm.
me to see even farther than dark vision. Does that also
And
not?
in and in magical darkness.
That will be the specification.
Let me look, let me look, let me look.
What the fuck?
Is it devil sight?
Am I lighting Andrew more than magical?
Or
You'd have to try.
Well, I'll light it now.
yeah.
Devil set. You can see normally in darkness, both magical and non-magical, to a distance of 120 feet.
Perfect. So you are not encumbered by this, as you're sort of
You're like Chronicles of Riddick.
sputtering with this light. Let me briefly look up the wording of the light cantrip,
I do.
because I want to see what that.
All those lead to Vin Diesel.
Oh, you touch on an object that is no longer larger than 10 feet in any dimension. Until the spell ends, the
Can't be
object
magic.
sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet. The
Yeah.
light can be colored as you like, completely cover the object with something opaque, blocks the light. The spell ends if you cast again or dismiss it as an action.
What are you touching to cast light?
I'll just use the sacrament.
Yeah, so you pull this quill and you sort of flicker it and it begins to glow, shedding this light around you. You, with your devil sight, get a sense of this room. It's 60 feet long, 60 feet wide, 60 feet tall. This cube looks like it's made of rippling dark glass.
But the bigger point
Uh-huh.
that you can see, as the three of you are standing in a line on the back end of this wall, down across the way on the other side of this cubic room of mirrors, shadows begin to pull and coalesce in three separate shapes. And as they coalesce and almost form three humanoid figures, three pairs of burning red eyes appear in the heads of these three humanoid figures. For one of them, these gaseous, nebulous, fog-like wings appear. Another, this tome, this book of darkness appears and swirls around. And for the third, these two extra arms congealed from shadow pull above their shoulders. The room rattles and vibrates. I believe you are in complete blindness at this point. Though there's the 20-foot
20-foot.
radius of bright light and dim light for another 20 feet, so you can sort of see movement back there. You're the only one with clear visuals on this. The specters having taken form,
Guys, what the fuck's going on?
you can see the three pairs of eyes there, the bright red lights in the distance. The specters hold for a brief moment. And with a sound like shattering glass, the three figures bolt towards you.
We got company.
Roll initiative.
It looks like us. It looks like us, but shadows.
I'm gonna be there, and you guys are gonna go through going, "Oh my god! Oh my, holy shit!"
All right, let's
I
be
finally
quick
get to
about
kill
this.
myself.
So if you're gonna roll damage die, pre-roll your damage die, do all of that, so we can move through this.
23.
Okay, give me a second here.
Thank me.
Okay.
I do have a question for you, Will, when
Yep.
you have a second.
Of course. What's each of your initiative scores? For no reason?
+4.
+6.
Plus 2.
+4 +6 +2 +4 +6
+6 for
6
me.
+4.
+6 +4 +2. So, okay.
This is why you needed our character sheet.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Fuck.
Okay. Let me just do a couple of things here.
Guys, Evil Me's gonna kill us.
And
Maybe you
then
can make friends with them.
okay.
Let her might add a shadow.
I don't think that's how it works.
Sorry here.
I'll say, well, I'm just gonna be vibing in my place.
There's like a coffee shop.
Who got above a 20?
21.
23.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Ignis, what'd you get?
18.
Fuck me. Okay. Alright. They are basically paralleling you in every way. They are 45 feet away from you across this blank space. You are blind, so you will make every roll, every attack roll, spell roll with disadvantage.
I'm not
towards
blind.
If the shadows come
I'm
within
in
the 20 foot.
darkness. In dim light,
That's,
yes.
I forgot about the light. So as
Yeah.
long as you stick
Yeah,
close,
yeah.
stick within that 40-foot radius, you can kind of see,
Yeah.
and that you can see them beginning to come into the dim light now.
Cool.
Angelo, you are up first. Again, likewise, you can see them beginning to, if you hold your quill out, you can see them start to move towards you. What do you want to do?
Draw my katana
Okay.
from my back. And how far away were they?
45 feet.
45 feet.
This music is not doing me what I wanted to do, so. I'm gonna draw.
I will.
There we go.
Hate that. That's not great.
Do we fight ourselves or do we fight each other?
I'm afraid.
While you're figuring out what to do,
Yeah.
after my conversation with Relic, do any of my items work?
You'd have to give it a go.
Okay.
It might be best to fight ourselves.
you'd kind of know what they're bad at.
I mean, also, it's not the biggest of rooms, so if you can affect multiple, like I'm hit everybody.
I'm gonna summon an
I'm still
elemental.
not satisfied with this move. You're gonna summon an elemental?
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be a storm elemental, so air
Yeah.
elemental, but it will do lightning
Yep,
damage rather
absolutely. As you sort of conjure it from the magic and from the darkness around. This still isn't right, so I'm gonna go for my classic here, the horror combat. Yeah, there we go.
That's a bonus action. So then I will stand ready. I'm not gonna attack yet.
Okay.
I'm just gonna have my sword in a more defensive, but ready to fight position.
It's sort of like prepped
Yeah.
and ready. Okay. Are you actually readying an attack? Your attack action if they get close?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. And let me just put this down here. Great. Okay, you're prepped and ready. We go to Terra.
Cool. Can I, you can say no to this, retroactively do my at-will mage armor? If I were to see these dudes coming in.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
I feel like it's an instinctual enough reaction for you that like you see like you can feel the pressure of combat approaching. You just instinctively like tap the book
It
and
lasts,
the armor clatters around you.
it lasts 8 hours. You would you
Oh, a long
like-
rest was taken.
yeah, but like at the beginning of the day, it could also be assumed that like I'm going to be battling.
Ting, ting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no reason not to.
Cool. Great. Thank you. I am going to cast Eldritch Blast.
Bang, bang, bang,
One at each person.
bang, bang,
Pew,
bang,
pew, pew. Okay.
bang, bang into
Oh
the
shit. Okay. Well, my one at my shadow self definitely hits. The second one is
Towards Ignis.
the second one towards Ignis is a 13.
13 does not even come close to
Okay.
hitting. The shadow Ignis literally bats it away.
Then the third one towards Angelo is 16.
It dissipates around Angelo's shadow.
Well, okay.
No, our freaking armor class are too fucking high.
I
God
say since
damn.
they are they're either shadow or like dark, so there's Ignis, D'Angelo,
And Terra.
and Terra.
I'm literally putting that in my notes right now.
All right, 7 points of damage for
7 points of damage
for Terra
Or
for
Shig.
Terra.
Ignis, Shangelo,
and Shara.
Terra.
This is drag queen ass
Sarah.
names.
Shig.
Not D'Angelo. Anything but D'Angelo. Okay, you said, how much damage? 10 damage?
7.
7 damage. Perfect. Excellent. You fire it off and it sort of ripples around. You see it sort of clash into the shadow version of yourself, which as it splatters over the shade of this thing, you see underneath the fabric of shadow, it's just a bunch of writhing worms that then gets veiled back in shadow that looks like an almost replica of your garments.
Okay.
Ew.
Disgusting.
That's my turn.
Are you staying against the back of the wall here?
I'm gonna step into the shadows.
I mean, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
So you're
'cause
just like away, basically like.
I'm gonna like skirt so that I'm like putting another one of the shadow people between me and my shadow person.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool. Sort of like kiting around.
Yeah.
This way.
Yeah.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Excellent. So the full 30 feet.
Yep.
Great. We move to Ignis.
Worms, you say? Worms.
Perhaps. Of some sort.
Takes out Lux Blade. Casts. Oh fuck, that's a whole thing, but that's okay. Casts elemental weapon.
Okay.
Fire.
Sure.
So my sword
lights up.
ignites.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my action though. What I can do is I will run. I'm gonna sprint like forward until they're like 10 feet away from me,
Okay.
and then I'll use my bonus action to spend a key point and use patient defense.
Okay. So you're
Nice.
you're running basically into the light of Angelo's sword here, and posting up.
Yeah.
Ready.
Yeah.
With this flaming Lux Blade. As you get closer to them, about 10 feet away with this sword, and the light sheds upon them, so you hear
as the shadows start to wend away like steam, revealing some worms that fall into the mirrors and scuffle away into the landscape.
Oh.
Severe fire.
You're in patient defense, sort of just 10 feet right in the middle.
Yep.
Right.
Just
Okay.
Elementals are my game.
We move to Dark Terra first.
The Terra.
Terra.
The Terra.
It's Terra.
Terra.
You kind of like you see both in like
Yeah.
language would that be? Indian.
And
Terra.
Dark Terra
What's it called? The dental.
just looks towards you standing there with his flaming sword there, Ignis. Touches the Book of Shadows, and with one hand raised, almost in the light, sort of beginning to just a finger of worms. And the shadows wend around towards you, and you can see these tendrils of shade trying to whip their way around the flames of the sword and licking at your ears, your eyes, and your nose. And I need you to roll me an intelligence saving throw. As these shadows bleed into your skin, and before you even make the save, you take 4d6 of psychic damage.
Whoa!
So you take a full 11, 12, 17 points of psychic damage.
Jesus.
As these shadows corrupt your
Adult
thoughts and
max,
begin to try and take root. Roll me the save.
I get advantage because of the pendant, and I assume it's magic.
Tis a spell.
I rolled like garbage, and I have a terrible intelligence. 11.
11. These shadows whip, they sear through you, and as they cling to your skull, everything goes numb as the effects of your favorite spell, Feeble Mind, take hold.
No.
Your intelligence and charisma score becomes 1. You can't cast spells, activate magic items, understand languages, or communicate in any intelligible way. You can still identify your friends, follow them, and even protect them.
Your brain's Play-Doh.
Why would you do this to me?
Because it was in
You
Terra's
know-
spellbook.
You know my history with this fucking spell.
Certainly better.
Well, how do you fix the spell? Greater Restoration?
Greater Restoration, heal, or wish spell.
So the pair of you standing just behind Ignis, watch
Spell.
Ignis's shoulders. Her shoulders just sort of like slack a little bit and slump, though she still holds her flaming sword steady.
But the creature can, however, identify its friends, follow
Yeah.
them, and you can protect them.
Yeah, yeah.
You can hit things.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said that.
Okay.
I know.
We
I'm just
then go to
Oonga Boonga, essentially.
Oonga Boonga.
Oonga Boonga slash.
Now we just go get Ember, and you'll have the trifecta.
As we go to
Jesus fucking Christ.
Ignis's turn, you watch this creature from beyond the shadows kind of like shudder and writhe and also drop a little low.
Oh. My woman.
Wait.
And it chooses to
Oh, because it's dumb now, too.
bum rush. So it's just gonna the Ignis is gonna just like run towards you with their 55 movement speed,
Great.
and they're going to make at the very least 2 attacks with this long blade of shadow that it's double handing here.
Uh-huh.
The first attack is going to be a 14 to hit.
That does not hit.
Second attack is going to be a 30
You said what?
30 to hit. 30.
Yeah, that hits.
That's just Ignis. That's not me. That's just Ignis.
God damn it. Kyle.
You take
I'm sorry.
9 points of magical slashing damage.
Okay,
I made a killer.
that's fine.
It's then going to use its
She was
bonus action to use one of the astral arm strikes here.
She was a bounty hunter.
In fact, it's going to spend a key point to just make 2 of those, in fact, towards you. First one is a 18 to hit.
Yep.
Second one is a 22 to hit.
Yep.
So it's going to be 12 plus 4, 16. 20. An additional 20 points
of magical bludgeoning damage as these arms just slam into you, and it's posted up right next to you. Since you're in the shadow, it itself is wreathed in its own veil and unwormed. We move at last to D'Angelo here.
I'm sorry. I'm taking screenshots of my prepared spells.
It's okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I would like them still.
Okay. I mean, I'm still gonna send them, but.
And you said your boon was lightning today? Okay. Well, for now, D'Angelo's just gonna make an attack on you, regular Angelo, and use their action from afar to sort of back up a little bit and just hold their hand out as this projected hand of shadow and hate trails forward towards you as it's gonna attempt to cast Chill Touch on you.
Oh shit.
No, I was holding an action.
It's way away.
So, okay.
None of the ones have come close to you yet. However, I don't think this hits. That's going to be an 8.
No.
Oh, sorry, a 13 to hit.
No.
Yeah, so the Chill Touch misses, and that is going to be this Shadow Clone's turn for now. We go to the top of the round with Angelo.
Alright. I'm gonna cast Wall of Fire.
Okay, where are you casting it?
Wherever they are.
Yeah, where are they all? In front of us, right?
So, we've got Ignis basically posted up like 20 feet into the room.
Mhm.
Blade of Fire. You've got you've got Terra and Ignis over there, about 15 feet to the left of that, and D'Angelo is in the back of the room. D'Angelo is still the full 60-foot distance.
D'Angelo is mid.
So, a central area in which I cannot hurt my friends, but also do some sort of damage.
You're basically doing it diagonally, just past Ignis to the left. So it's cutting, sort of like bisecting that portion of the room at a diagonal to effectively cut off Terra and Ignis over there, but shed this flame upon all three shades. That make sense?
Yes.
If
This
you've
is
got
a
like
concentration spell as well, so I will take
You
back
can't-
the
yeah.
air elemental
Okay.
or the storm elemental.
This is like not the to scale, obviously, but if that's the room and you're back here-ish, you're essentially casting the Wall of Fire like this way.
Yes.
perfect. Okay. Give me that spell again. What is it? How does it function?
You create a wall of fire on a solid surface within range. You can make the wall up to 60 feet long, 20 feet high, and 1 foot thick, or a ringed wall up to 20 feet in diameter. A ringed wall meaning.
You've got, just for your frame of reference, you've got one of them here, and the other one is like here-ish.
Then I'll alter that.
They're far apart. I don't think a ring wall is going to be able to. What's the spell pit stop again? Because this is
60
crazy.
feet long, 20 feet high. Or a ringed wall 20 feet in diameter and 20 feet high.
20 feet in
1 foot
diameter. Yeah, a 20-foot diameter wall circle is not going to encompass all of them.
Yeah, then I'll use the. No, sorry.
Cool.
When the wall appears, each creature within this area must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, a creature takes 5d8 fire damage, or half as much damage on a successful save.
Okay, you've maneuvered it well enough that it isn't actually going to be trouble for any of your allies at this point.
Easy.
What's your spell save DC?
I always forget. I'm useless. 18.
Ignis. Is it a dex save, you said?
Ignis.
Yes.
Ignis succeeds.
Of
Dingus. We call him Diggy.
D'Angelo does not succeed. And Terra crit fails.
Tracks.
So, Terra and D'Angelo, as this wall of fire appears around and the flames sort of lick towards them, the shadows that comprise their veils screech off in torrents, and the worms all wriggle, writhe, and scream and blister off of them, almost bubbling as they take this fire damage. And those two shades dissipate as the shadows that they were standing in no longer are present, as this light cuts the room and pressures the shadow out. Ignis takes a bit of the fire damage. What? Can you roll that for me?
Yes, it's 30, so it's going to be 15 points of damage.
15 points of damage. Ignis roasts a bit, but manages to sort of coil themselves into the shadow and bolster themselves a little bit and are still present, whereas the other two don't even seem to exist anymore, though the shadows that comprise the area seem to be writhing and moving. Is there anything else you want to do as this wall of fire crackles in place?
Sorry, about in this area, where am I?
Like here.
Okay. I'll stay there for now. I'll keep this as the... That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
That'll be the end of my turn.
Terra, you are standing face to face with the only remaining visible one.
Flame strike.
Flame strike. At what level?
5th level.
And
Okay.
I will burn the sin of retribution out of your unholy mouth.
Dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw? Ignis happens to be pretty good at that. That's
Yeah,
a 22.
You know, that actually barely just saves, but yes.
Okay, that's half damage, and the shadows stay congealed.
Ignis rolls better than I do.
So, total, it's 31. So,
So
15. Yeah. And that's fire and radiant damage.
But maybe if we like, hey Dignis, you wanna like,
Okay, got it.
you wanna,
It
like
blisters some of the shadow
that?
away, also almost roasting it, so you can see those worms continue to writhe around this clone, but the form stays solid. It doesn't falter quite yet.
Cool.
That's it? You're staying right there?
Yep. I can't. Ignis will get me.
That's the end of it. Okay. Cool.
Staring at it in its fucking face.
Okay. That means we go to Ignis. The world is cloudy and heavy at the tentacles. Yeah, pretty much.
I fucking dart behind the shadow of myself.
That's gonna have you going right through the wall of fire. Got it! Roll me a dex save,
Oh
please.
no.
Well, you learn. Hopefully, you learn that
26.
fire bad,
26, you succeed. Was it 5d8 you said? Let's have it.
fire hot.
Toasty.
Unga punga.
Wait,
Unga bunga.
Whoa.
sad.
28
28?
and a half.
So 14.
So 14. You take 14 points of fire damage as you basically just waltz through the wall of fire right up behind the dumb clone of yourself.
With a flaming blade myself.
You hear Angelo
Which-
say, "You did this to yourself."
Picture perfect wise, looks dope. It looks like fucking Batman
Right, it
walking
looks
away
like-
from the.
that, but your face is.
Your eyebrows are singed, your hair is like actively burning at the ends, and there is nothing behind the eyes.
I just fucking like kill myself.
Yeah, go for it.
Am I flanking?
Yeah.
Just for the shits? Oh, I didn't roll it. That's 17 plus 11.
Yes.
You successfully kill yourself.
Yay. 19. Nope.
Sweet embrace of the void.
19 points of damage.
19 points of damage. You thrust your flaming longsword straight into this mass of worms that you can hear, even in your own dampened intelligence, you can hear the sound of like
boiling liquid and popping flesh as these worms basically blister and burst all over. This chain reaction on Ignis just exploding and splattering onto you. And I'll need you a fat wisdom save from you as you effectively murder yourself, your psychic.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't even recognize them myself. It's just Shadow Monster.
There's something
Truly
within
speaking.
you.
I know my friends. That's not my friend. I don't know who that is.
I'll take it
To
with
be fair.
advantage. I
To
will
be
take
fair.
it with you.
Too
There's
stupid
some
to
part of your
understand.
psyche that is still lizard-brained in there.
It's like bury the chopper, you know?
Yeah,
You still
yeah.
know.
So it's
It's a wisdom save with advantage.
Also, maybe Ignis
Roll
doesn't know
tie,
what they
roll
look
tie,
like.
roll tie.
Maybe they've never looked in the mirror.
Oh, Ignis has looked in a mirror.
How hot is Ignis?
I'm not.
Pretty hot
Ignis is fine.
Yes.
with an O.
Fine.
Aurelius
That's
is just fine.
22.
22? Yeah, you stab the flaming blade into these worms and it just right, yeah, so this thing is blistering and splattering all over you. I got backtracked there. And there is a part of you that like feels this shudder sort of deep down somewhere buried in your spine as this thing is splattering everywhere, but you have cushions around your mind right now.
It's like you got a dumb helmet.
And whatever thing causes you to give you the shivers, just like weird, not like.
It's cold in here.
And you can sort of move past it as you tear your sword out of this thing. The splatterings of these worms dissipate into fragments of shadow that continue to attach and sort of bristle like fingertips all around the room, sort of trying to etch in at the confines created by the three sources of light in this room, really. As this Ignis dissipates, somewhere about 20 feet in the air, amidst the writhing shadows, a small green light appears. The shadows continue to move and press in. You all have one full round to do something before the shadows recongeal.
Angelo, go.
I want to find out. Can I try and investigate where the green?
Just go get the crystal.
Where
That's
is
what
it? I
I'm
don't know where
yelling.
it is.
Up in 20 feet in the air, amidst the shadow.
Oh well, yeah, I'll fly up there. I
So you
will.
touch- Yeah, go check out.
Yeah, yeah,
Why and when you can send it?
yeah. I'm gonna go fly up there and see what.
Okay,
And
you
just, like,
fly
nerve
up
it
there
out.
and
And
sort of
Terra's like, go.
as Angelo beats those wings and lifts into the air, you watch them disappear into the shadow. You, however, as you're rising, you can still see this glittering gem ever so slightly out of reach, even as you ascend and ascend and ascend. These shadows trying to almost stick to you, like a warm, cloying blanket. Roll me an intelligence saving throw.
Imagine
Can
they
I,
come
as
out
an
with, like, the
assist,
crystals
cast
from
light
for
on
intelligence.
Angelo's the necklace or something? So
Say
that
it
he-
again?
Can I, as an assist, cast light on Angelo's?
You have
I'm
to touch
holding
it.
my.
I don't have to touch it. Never mind.
I'm holding my sacramentum
Oh.
anyway
Sure.
with the light cantrip.
Okay.
16 plus 10, 26.
26? Yeah, you're okay. You can sort of, you feel them almost managing to form an outline of your entire body and physic, really. But you just sort of allow yourself some mental space to push through that outline as you reach forward, and with one last burst from your rings, the shadows almost flutter apart, and the gemstone is actively visible, and with a lunge, you grab it, and it blisters into white light through your knuckles and the cracks in your fingers, enveloping the entire room, both of you, as your consciousness shifts and reels.
Everyone okay?
I'm gonna briefly cut here to the other room.
Let me guess. It's a cafe. I just have to make the perfect latte.
You know what?
Yeah, sure.
Damn, that's gonna be a hard one.
You went into that door there, right? Light half down.
Yeah.
So as soon as your consciousness emerges with Urzok and Diesel here, are you still actively on Diesel?
Yeah, Diesel's smarter than Iggy right now. Diesel has like an intelligence of like 10 or something.
Okay. You appear into this
Diesel's just
landscape.
as smart as Ziggy is normally.
This landscape of silver sand. You're like
Diesel's smarter than me.
you're on these dunes, these sort of flat dunes, and the atmosphere is unbelievably heavy. You feel overheated and pressure just emanating down from above you. You can barely lift your limbs as the entire skybox is filled with this massive moon. You can only see half of it, and it looks like it's about to fall on top of you. Particles of sand from the dunes are raising up and floating through the air towards it as this thing clearly looms right above you. And as you're emerging into this realm, that the weight of the moon's gravity almost pressing down on you, about 30 feet up in the air, hovering, is this gemstone.
30 feet, you say?
30 feet.
30 feet, you say? I'm gonna try.
Lasso the moon.
You're good, just like yeeting.
I'm just
the
gonna
thing.
see if I can either reel to it or reel it to me.
Sure.
You know?
Sure.
And I go, oh, it's gonna be a quick one, Urzok. Yeah!
Urzok is on all fours, like basically clinging to the sand. You can see parts of their chitin cracking under the
Oh,
pressure.
I try, as I see that, I kind of like lift my shield, just try to like create some sort of shade for us from my large shield, the magic
Sure.
shield guy. What is it called?
Oh, I know what you mean. The
Yeah,
the mirror shield or whatever it is.
it's
reflect shield. Yeah.
You know what I'm fucking talking about, man. Where is it? What's the name of it? Doesn't matter. My like anti-magic shield.
Yes, sure. It provides you a little respite underneath its shade. You can feel a little lighter in the bones, but as you're throwing the peninsula claw, you're still outside of that shade and it's affected by this pressure, right?
I feel it.
Roll me an attack roll with disadvantage.
That's fine. I rolled 2 4s, so it doesn't matter.
Understood.
With that total, that's going to be 16.
It just doesn't move the same way. You throw this harpoon, it like, first of all, your arm feels like it's being dragged down and pressed into the earth, and the harpoon leaves your hand and it just sort of limply flies through the air a little bit before crashing down into the
It's
sand.
like one of them dreams when you can't punch something.
At break of twilight, stars unwind themselves and become one. As heavy hangs the lidless light, which keeps the gods undone.
You know, alright, how's Diesel holding up?
Diesel is like, if a horse can sweat, Diesel is sweating.
They cannot.
Diesel's legs are sort of shaking a little bit, which is keeping you up. Then, never mind. Just sort of shuddering a little bit.
I get a big slap on Diesel. I'm like, I need one more big one, buddy. And we ride.
They're like deer and other those kinds of animals where they have the hollow hairs that regulate temperature.
How wild.
Learn something new.
We
every
ride?
day.
Did I hear was that word?
We ride.
You're giving the old.
Yep, I take out. You have the harpoon in one hand. I sling the shield over my back, just keeping it on me, and I just take the harpoon and slap Diesel's ass with it.
You like, whoosh, and Diesel goes, and the front legs buckle down, and Diesel sort of head initially butts into the sand for a moment before they look up at you like this.
Oh, buddy, you tried your best. I understand. Fuck.
There's a pulse from the moon. You feel the weight sort of buckle a little bit. Your feet sink a little bit into the sand. That pressure and heat on your shoulders. Urzok is like fully on all fours.
Yeet Urzok. Do the.
But
you have to skip it.
I was far away, so it was kind of like a, you wouldn't know what this is. I was about to say something you wouldn't know. Like when you're skiing and like you have your pole and you use your pole to zoom forward, you know?
Yeah.
Like that. It was like an atlat. Because I'm on the same level as Urzok. I can't do that. All right. Well. Shit, I'm plumb tuckered. Fuck you. I'm looking. You know what? So it's a big ass like sun in the sky.
It's the moon.
I'm gonna take one of my spears that I got.
They don't like the
Oh,
sun.
the moon. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take my harpoon and not aiming for the crystal. I'm gonna throw my fucking harpoon
At the harmoon.
at the harmoonusi.
The Minusi.
And I'm
Lunas.
and I go, I kind of think, I'm like,
Yes, this is
what
the
on? And
answer.
I kind of like weighing it in my hands, feeling the weight on me. And I'm like, okay, getting understanding it. And I think, Crucible, Eclipse, I couldn't give two shits. And I just,
Boom! I fucking love it. Roll without disadvantage. Just roll.
I'll take it. Just roll.
Yeet.
Good.
That is
Good
a
night.
29.
A 29?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Loyal.
I'm obsessed with this.
Rotunda.
You yeet this. You're like, you know what? I don't give two shits either way. Boom! This spear rockets like a bolt of light. It almost becomes less than matter as it shoots through the air, hits the underbelly of the moon, and you hear this fucking thunderous as the moon splinters up the middle and a shaft of darkness radiates down on the sand, perfectly in the middle, subsuming that green gem. And as the shadow falls over the green gem from this brief crack in the moon, the gemstone drops into the sand.
Okay, the gym.
All
The
right.
moon, you can hear already.
I like Pat Herzog, I Pat Diesel, and I just kind of sand slide and slap that little crystal.
Yeah, it's the run, press B.
Yeah.
Right? You slide down, you just slap the gem, and as soon as you give that gem a nice little like tap,
Chicken strips.
it glows white, subsuming the room.
You softball slide into the room.
Yeah, and
You're
but
still on the
I
ground.
catch. You know how like you catch on the base, and you pop up. I pop up and I'm there.
You slap it and you pop up, and by the time you pop back up onto your legs, the white flash has subsided, and all of you are in this room.
Woo!
These two doors have completely vanished away, leaving only the full moon and the waning gibbous there, and the three gemstones are lit. The small flickering motes of enchantment that have lingered around that mosaic, the eclipse mosaic specifically, now much like you first saw it, Terra, last night, they are forming this cone of almost lunar radiance that then grows and it envelops the entirety of the corona of the sun mosaic on the floor, transforming it from a simple mosaic into an open void, glittering with silver light.
Wow. What'd you guys find out?
We just walked into a shadow. Yeah,
I cast
she's
greater
a little-
greater restoration because I'm sure I know what this is. Greater restoration.
It's like traveling with Homer Simpson briefly. Yeah, I think you just give Ignis a pat on the back and infuse that with a good charge of magic. And as that jolt goes through, the soft, quiet padding on your mind opens up a little
No,
bit.
please bring it back.
And it feels very refreshing for a moment
Let me
until
be dumb
that
and
image
happy.
of you stabbing yourself in the heart sort of resettles. And then it's not so nice. But at least you're aware. You are back in your head, no longer under the effects of the feeble mind spell.
That was
Good work.
educational.
Let's go.
We
I
got it.
found out the moon's not made out of cheese, but it's an egg.
I don't know about that either, but okay.
I want zero information.
Urzoth is peering over the hole, sort of looking in.
The hole?
The
hole.
void opened in the
That
floor.
opened in the floor.
Oh, I
The sphincter of the room right now.
And as
You
you
lied.
For those at home,
You were
the
feeble-minded at
picture
that
that,
point, so-
Will drew looks like a golden sphincter.
Go look at our Discord because I did share a photo
Yeah.
are
of
you
it there.
are you happy?
That
Shredding
you got
that
to-
part? Does it bring you joy?
You guys did, yes.
I'm not saying that we did.
So much joy. I get to rip and ass you. Okay.
Fine. As Urzoth is peering into the void
Wow, man.
here,
Chill out.
this-
Not cool.
voice echoes throughout the room, and for most of you, it feels like a voice is echoing around the space. But to you, Terra, it feels like they're speaking just right next to you.
See you guys
I
next
don't know what to say.
Guys, it was a fart. Be in the moment. I was in the moment.
I'm trapped anyway. I can't go anywhere.
I am impressed by the progress of the few outsiders. The path you have opened is the righteous one. leads to ascendancy. It is long and treacherous, and I am willing to draw you straight to your goal, should you agree to some terms.
What are the terms?
Neither one of us will do harm to one another.
Physical or emotional?
Either. Both.
Do you know emotion?
Words can hurt.
Yeah. Sometimes the truth hurts.
Truth is a funny thing, isn't it?
Wow.
Huh.
Tough hang.
A little sussy coming from you.
What say you?
What are
Any other terms?
If the terms are broken,
do you care? If you have something to say that you want to say that's going to make it so that we're on your fucking side, then you should just say it and convince us not to fucking kill you. I don't know. Fuck this. Like, if you don't want us to do something, give us some slack. The vibe you're giving off, it's not welcoming.
It goes against everything I read in Home and Garden.
The feng shui of this needle sucks.
You need a decorator in here. Stat.
Nothing sparks
Roll
joy.
me a persuasion check.
Has anyone given me inspiration?
No.
I haven't seen it. only
No,
saw
I haven't
it.
seen
Hannah
that.
has one,
Yeah.
actually.
Rachel just sitting around with your goddamn dick in your head.
No, Rachel's in chat. She just
No,
said
she
something.
just said the vibe is not
It's
welcome.
just
Actively
lag.
not
Oh,
giving
yeah.
you inspiration.
16.
I just
She
You got it. You
You
got it.
can't
I got
give.
it?
You can't
Oh,
give.
you can't do it.
Those are rules we set up
Yeah.
months ago.
During your
What
when
are
you
you-
were running, it was actually your rule.
I'm a casual fan, okay?
Oh my
It's really funny that you
Casual bullshit.
call yourself a casual fan. You
Um,
made up that rule.
What did you roll?
16.
16? Your point is fair, and one I am trying to attend to. Millennia sanctified by oneself is not forthcoming to a welcoming attitude. I offer
Don't
you.
understand a last word of that sentence. But that's okay. What is your offer?
If it will appease you into accepting my deal, I will tell you that of our own accord, neither I nor the Krill wish to impede you. Not whatsoever.
I guess what I'm saying is, yes, let's straight line this. We can talk it the fuck out. But it is your job to convince us not to fight you. If that's what you truly want, that's on you. We are operating on the information we were given and the fucking things we're seeing and experiencing. If you truly think that we are on the same side, it is on you. We don't have to make promises.
We're amenable to hear what you have to say.
I want to agree.
We just don't want to be played for the fool, and we also don't want to make you the fool for thinking you're smarter than us.
I will speak on behalf of Relic in saying that when I did meet with them earlier, there was nothing but mutual respect.
What I am having reservations about is what happened to Trix on our way here. We made a no violence pact then.
Yeah, it's an upper lore management thing that you need to take care of.
You even took our weapons away and decided to kill one of our party members.
Let us be civilized about these proceedings. The void flickers and then glitters into that sort of silvery liquid that you saw earlier. Come, let us speak. Urzok, at the flicker, sort of backs away from the silver liquid. This sacred, not to be ingested by those untouched by the morph. I cannot follow.
What's the morph, Urzok?
You wish to learn of
Yes.
krill growth?
Probably not right
I don't know if we
now.
have time
Yeah,
for
we
that.
don't.
Much to say.
I want to know. Actually, I find
Goddamn TED
well,
Talk.
I want to know about Morphin Time, but like I really do.
Mighty Morphin Bug Boys.
It's Morbid time.
The big bad Beetleborgs.
Big Bad Beetleborgs!
Would we know? Because we've seen Krill before.
Tiger!
No, I don't think you've studied you haven't gone to like
I don't know what
a
animals
biology
study.
seminar. I'm going to say fairly unlikely that you've gone to a seminar on krill biology. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's
Especially
fair.
krill,
That's
like,
really fair.
Um,
Only Krill know what's going on.
I happy to teach. Many facets, many jellies.
I love them jellies. Let's talk later, Urzok. All right. But Urzok, we're going in, right?
I will.
I'll go in.
I mean, it's a we. There's no I in team. And what are we?
There is a me.
No, I mean, honestly, this is my fight.
But we're a team, so we have to go in together. Urzok, I'm confused why you can't go in. I'd love to have you come in.
It is not time.
And who says that?
Biology.
It is complex.
He hasn't gotten enough clan points to ascend to the
That's
other
fine.
realm.
Urzok, I just want to thank you for the kindness you've shown us. And I bless you, Urzok. Wow. And
Excuse me. I'm gonna pause you. Really? Can you let this dude in?
there is no response.
We don't need it. We don't need.
The echoing like presence that you feel when Relic has spoken to you through the walls is no longer in the room.
Guys, if y'all care about this thing, this person, this Urzok.
I was about to say thing.
I'm saying goodbye. Urzok, I just want to remind you that what brought you here was not your loyalty to some higher being. It's the strength within yourself to get there and to trust people who are trustworthy and people who are true to you by being true to yourself. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I think so. What would you have Urzok do to follow such principles?
I want Urzok, instead of being told what to do all the time by a higher power, the Savior, but respectfully, respect the Savior. But at the end of the day, it comes. I don't know where, if you have a heart or where it is, or your center, your soul, your being.
Yes,
Your
yes.
pumper.
It points to the three glowing eyes.
Yeah, like, and I kind of like E.T., like kind of give a little like tap, like that's your guiding principle.
Just molest.
Not, and I point towards the fucking silvery pool. Not that. That's its dick. But that.
Just you were sexually assaulting a person.
Urzok sort of takes a step back.
Is this how all you feel?
I think in our own way we find our own North Star.
Take it from someone who has to follow the bidding of a god. It's better and more free to think for yourself. And make sure if you do follow somebody, that it's for your reasons and your reasons alone.
If that is true, Urzok would help you.
We appreciate that. You know what would help, Urzok?
Make sure Trix gets
Yeah, remember Trix?
Yes.
Could you make sure Trix gets back to our ship? You'll meet
Yes.
you'll meet a lot of friends there. They're great. They're gonna love you.
Ship looked like stone.
No, it looks like a shell. Like
Shell.
like
you'll know it when you see it.
yeah, and Trix knows where it
Draw
is.
him a little picture of what a ship looks
She'll like just scribble in the
Yeah.
little spellbook with it, yeah, and then tear it.
Yeah.
I can do this. Keep gene keepers from tasting.
Yeah, I would appreciate that. I'm sure Trix would too.
Yes. Shame. We'll right wrongs.
Remember, here, not there. That's your North Star.
Blue flower, red thorns. Blue flower.
Yes. North Star here. not there. You remember, not all things that wriggle grow. Yes.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you,
I jump through the portal.
Urzok. I'll see you again.
We'll see you again.
Urzok
I jump through as
takes
well.
the picture in one hand and gives you like a chitinous clasp
I
around
grab
the arm.
Yeah, and
It's
I
a
like
little-
have it and I pat on it a bit.
It's a little damp.
And I say,
Feels spongy.
I'll see you later, friend.
Yes.
Yes.
Count on it. And Urzok takes the picture and sits down right here because there is currently no door out of the room.
Oh, right.
Oh, shit.
Well, we gotta go.
Well, yeah, we gotta go.
He
We gotta
can
move.
just diggity dig himself away. It's fine. Yeah.
You'll jump in.
Yeah, I jump in.
The private sanctum.
Okay. All of you jump through this silver portal and fall through that dark, cold, liquidless, watery space until pinpricks of light flash downwards and reassemble all of you on this diamond-shaped dais at the head of these stairs into this room that bleeds up into the cosmos. There's 5 ritual circles, the laboratory floor leading up to this piece of artifice. These now swirling and interlocking, rotating discs of stone that are moving around this iridescent, broken crystal fragment in the middle. Still, these pairs of krill tampering with the ritual circles and the pieces of cloth floating above them, and doing some spell work around the piece of the artifice. Initially back towards you, these metallic, almost aura-like wings folded up behind them underneath the fragment of the cloak. Stands Relic, who upon your arrival stops and turns. Most pleasing to see you all here. Should I bid my contingent to leave? Or are you comfortable with them hearing what we have to say?
That's fine. They can hear.
Perfection. Its jaw just stays put as it communicates to these krill who continue as they go. Relic drifts up and down, still tethered by all these strands from the cloak, hovering just above the lab floor.
I walk down the stairs to meet Relic, kind of motioning to the others.
I'm not more than a step behind.
I follow.
as well.
I'm also. Is there like a coffee anywhere?
I wish there was like a ye olde
That's fine.
undead Keurig here,
That's
but
fine, that's fine.
unfortunately.
I'm not upset. I'm not upset. I'm just kind of hankering, but it's okay.
I can.
As Relic sort of bows towards all of you, revealing some of that draconic musculature underneath the exoskeleton. What would you have me speak? What is it you wish to know? Understanding there are some things it may be pertinent to keep unspoken,
Why?
because this plan is long and hazardous.
Did Ishtava try to stop you from doing this? To
Why
say
would she have done such a thing, Our Lady?
Why are we here then?
Well, let's not answer questions with questions. How about that?
We are here to stop you. We didn't just figure this the fuck out.
As I mentioned to your esteemed sibling, perhaps is it possible you were misguided and sent here under different purposes than you were told. Your lives are short. I can respect that. You lack the scope of years. I find it difficult to believe that something told to you within a mortal lifespan would outweigh that which I have been following for generations. I see that may be hard to take.
And what is it you're doing?
punch a hole in order and establish something new, to continue a work started long ago.
And do you know what will happen once you accomplish your goals?
I would hope so, if my research proves. We will punch a hole in the firmament, using the gods' own power to travel through their realms, bending them to our own degrees, and forging a third home in the heavens. One for my dear downtrodden, to justice to the krill. It is only fitting they should be placed where they came from.
You're making another moon?
No, hardly so. We are ending the sun.
I'm gonna need to reel that one back.
Yeah, hold on. Do you know what will happen once you get rid of the sun?
Do you
I do not
understand
know that
agriculture?
Regulus
You are
may
speaking as
survive.
if you have walked on these surfaces, seen what they do. The sun is a vessel for those above us. Excuse me, do you have something
Sorry,
to say?
no,
Let's
you just
all
sound like a
approach this
fucking.
conversation with respect.
Well, Todd, but go ahead. I'll give you as much respect as I think you deserve.
Why do you speak to me this way?
You speak as if you know everything, and sure, I don't give a fuck how old you are, how much you've seen. I couldn't give two shits about any of that. Have you put thought? Yeah, these wonderful krill, a fine people. But have you given thought to what's gonna happen to the rest of the people when you crack open the fucking sun? And what happens to what's down here? Have you given that a second thought at all?
It does not matter.
That's where you're fucking wrong, my king.
I failed to see the point.
Ooh, see, that's where it's tough for me, guys.
And that's where I say that this is wrong.
My dad told me a story once of a people from a town not far from where I grew up, where there was a religious and overzealous cult of people trying to bring the sun's grace upon Earth.
Indeed.
Is this something that you're actively working against, or are you trying to? I don't understand.
It is exactly the same work.
The same work.
Oh, what's your name? What's your name? What was your
A
fucking
work that was
name,
started and
dude?
opposed in a town off the shoreline many, many thousands of cycles ago. It has come to this. It is known through the eons as Moonrise. And it is a work started then that ends now. And I would have your assistance, as you are bound to one such individual who set these gears in motion. I would have you continue this work. You do not understand the danger that is posed to your people, to mortal kind, by those who inhabit the sun. It must be put to an end, and finally, after the sacrifices of both of my brethren, under hands some of which in this room had dealings with, the work is finally ready. If I can glean from you one final push, this can begin tonight.
Fuck no.
I can't condone the ending of everything for the saving of one.
If there is
Saving of one,
if there is no sun,
the moon will take its place.
that's not how it
That
works.
Do you know this?
Yes.
Have you studied the texts? Do you visit the Oculus? What do you know of the cosmic movement?
I've been down to a farm where people grow crops and food, where life is given, and it don't grow in the nighttime. I'm not saying that these fucking people in the moon or sun, whatever, fuck the god, are not bad. Fine. But what you're doing, and maybe you don't see that this is morally wrong, in which case we are at we are at a butting of heads that will never be crossed. What you are saying is that there is a dam, let's say. A dam that is blocking the flow of a river. And you're saying that the town far down the river doesn't have enough water, so we need to get rid of the dam, so we're gonna blow it up. But you are disregarding the people who fucking live next to the dam and closer to the dam, who will all die just for one group to get some water.
Do you know this?
Do we know this though? If
You
this world was created by the gods, could the gods not decide that things grow from something else?
That could very well be true, and I can get behind that. I do think that we shouldn't risk destroying the sun. Maybe there's another plan of drawing the gods out of the sun?
How would you plan to do such a thing?
Well, I mean, that's something you've spent years and years researching. We could spend more time figuring that out. It just seems to be an extreme and drastic thing that I feel there could be other plans to.
Then you would need to speak with the one who directed these ideas.
And who might that be?
Fucking will.
Ishtava.
She does not listen.
Do we
They
need
not
to go to the
wait.
moon ourselves? Can you get us there?
I could. Quite simply. This is what the Oculus is part of. A grander design meant to harness the energies of the multiversal structure and channel it in what ways we see fit.
Ishtava told me that the afterlife is unraveling, and it might have to do with the fact that you're unraveling the cloak. And whilst you are working towards this goal, which I'm not necessarily opposed to, the unraveling of the afterlife does seem to be a problem.
For whom?
For all. You were alive during the time of undeath. In my book, in what I've been told, you caused it by killing Ishtava.
Perhaps this might shed some light on the matter. 10,000 years prior to this moment, I had collected a group of 2 other magically powerful individuals in initially what was an attempt to supplant godhood for ourselves. Selfish whims of those drunk on power. I can admit this now. What we found was a group of supreme beings in utter disarray. One of their number, I understand, had recently been lost. Where I cannot quite say, but the being we are bound to was quite intent on visiting them. And they used our presence as leverage. It might clear the field to know that I was gifted this vessel of divinity when our patron decided to leave this realm and visit a friend drifting through another. Killed, I did not do. Assisting in passing, I will happily admit to. And look, all that passing has wrought. Such power in our grasp. Such futures for people who will surely wither under the blistering visage of the sun. And you cannot be certain that the sun's reign will not do more harm to your kind than good as the years continue to fly. But if you are still intent on challenging this point, I am willing to hold my end of the deal. You made me think of something I had not conceived of. I can, quite easily now, take you to the realm of those who inhabit the eclipse.
I think that would be great. We could learn straight from the source all that's happening.
Let's go talk to Mommy, shall we?
I cannot promise a safe return, though I can promise I will give my aid where it is due, in the realm of the divine. If you would stoop to work with someone so morally low as myself.
I don't think you're morally low. I just think your morals are fucked up.
They're just
Actually, well, yeah, morally
extreme.
Yeah. Perhaps I judge it as morally low. But it is clear that it is warped by everything that has happened to you.
I will take that for now.
Have you guys ever? What's that story of that one being? It's like a hero and he was in love with a god and was killed by a god. Remember that story? It's like I don't know. You sound like just like real, like was real into it. You ever heard that story? It's like kids growing up.
Was it like the parable of
I forget.
Godwin?
Yeah, Godwin.
Godwin.
Yeah, like
What about it?
I don't know. I feel like Godwin had let's say too much light in their eyes, in his eyes, and couldn't see the forest for the trees or the ocean for the waves. And I just feel like maybe we can learn something from these children's stories. Maybe.
What was
Natural 20.
At the mention of the name of Godwin, you don't see any emotional reaction from Relic, but there is a twitching of musculature.
Okay. Maybe there's something we can learn from these children's stories. You know, from the mouth of babes comes wisdom, whatever like that. Do you maybe feel like you can't see the forest for the trees or the afterlife for the stars?
When Relic next speaks, their jaw just like hangs a little bit loose and they don't move their mouth, as if the movements of this jaw have all been mimicry the whole time. Is it just like...
Oh,
That's...
God.
I have been lost for a long time. I know only one goal, and that was which was given to me. I would be thrilled to seek other paths if they remain open.
Let us speak
But
to your manager
I
then,
am
please.
bound.
Spend enough time here.
Okay.
And I feel like we've gotten.
Yeah. Let's go to the fucking moon.
Yeah.
I wish
You
I
did good. I'm sorry, Angelo's making me a little angry because of the angry stuff.
Yeah, it's.
I'm irritated.
I'm
On
angry because
top-
you're an asshole.
On top of everything. But thank you. This is the type of thing that... I don't fucking know. Just take us to the fucking moon. God, I hate this place.
I would brace yourselves for quite the change. The realm of the divine is not something easily traversable by mortal forms.
Throw a ball over
You
the
may need to
fucking
find
floor.
yourselves with new vessels by the time we're done with this.
Neat.
And for you, esteemed colleague, tread carefully. Power granted is easily taken away. Shall we?
Why not?
I am quite thrilled at the prospect of a journey again. It has been some time. He turns up to the Oculus up on the up part of the platform as he floats up there as well. He makes a couple.
Just something come out.
Woo! Okay. The krill, the 10 krill stationed at all of the 5 sort of pedestals here, they start actively like channeling the energy from the fragments of the cloak into themselves, and then like a bolt of lightning up into the artifice of this Oculus, right? These stone discs are slow down in their current rotation, flickering, the runes now glowing and pulsating with the new channeled energy as the discs begin to disassemble, rearrange and clip back into a new, almost X-shaped orbit around this crystal shard, and they rotate and rotate as the crystal begins to glow. Relic turns to the group of you. Come, as he drifts up the top balcony.
I follow.
Yeah.
As I also, cause I need the last word. As we settle next to him before we launch off, I just kind of.
I think he's coming with us.
Oh yeah, I look up at him, stand next to him, ready to go. I'm like, something said struck me. You said that you're bound to something. There's no choice against it. That's where you're wrong. There's always a choice. Shall we?
Shall.
Fucking horse walks behind you.
You're on the top there. You're up there, like
Yes.
around the Oculus. Relic, with one last gesture, holds his hands up, lets the jaw unhinge and disconnect as energy from the crystal Oculus
Hate it.
seeps in
We should kill him.
down his throat. You can see the light emanating through his wriggling musculature, through his bones, as the Oculus is channeled into Relic briefly. Away we go. And with a flash of his hands, this bolt of energy circles around all of you as you are disassembled and rearranged into a single being of energetic structure as you are whipped into the crystal of the Oculus, beamed up into the cosmos as the great full moon hangs in the heavens. Is it up there somewhere?
Full moon.
Oh, is it full moon tonight?
It is! It is!
Oh, damn! It's a full moon tonight. Oh my.
This is looking even
And
greater and greater.
as the group of you, as a collective beam of energy, travel and leave the mortal realm behind and hurtle towards the realm of the divine, that's where we'll leave off
Oh
on
my-
Regulus Evolution.
I about stabbed him in the ass with my harpoon.
Thank you guys for this wild ride. Thank you for staying later today just to sort of finish this story beat out. And I'm sure this is not the last time we'll see these intrepid, weary adventurers. Nor will it be the last time we see these liches and these gods. But this is where we will leave them for now.
Oh my goodness.
For the folks at home, I believe we're taking a break next week, right?
Not streaming live, but we will have a rerun of the last episode of
Cordia.
Cordia.
So definitely jump back in on that, even if you know and were there the first time when we did it live. We definitely need a refresher. I certainly need a refresher on.
Also,
on what's going
everything
on.
is on our YouTube channels. Everything is on
Podcast.
podcast form, anywhere you get your podcasts. It's a perfect opportunity to catch up, get into it.
And other than that, have a lovely rest of your week. Tell somebody you love them. Enjoy yourselves.
Happy Pride Month.
Happy
Pride.
Yeah.
happy birthday again to Hannah.
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
And we're gonna raid. Are we not?
Absolutely.
We were
Oh, and also thanks for the raid. If anybody's still here from.
Yeah,
Thank you
L2S
so much.
Entertainment, thank you so much.
Yeah, it was
Hey,
lit.
thanks.
Thank you. It's nice to see you guys.
So.
No worries. No
Where are we
worries.
going? Where we?
I was looking at. I
Where are we
was like,
dropping?
Daddy.
At
That's the
first,
full
I
moon.
thought it was the reflection of one of the lights. I was like, "That's the fucking moon."
Yeah, it really is a
Holy
full
shit.
moon. Well done,
Take a trip to play that.
Full
There's also Knights of Silver Moon. I think is still streaming. If you want to type that into the
Yeah,
thing.
we
Ooh,
we'll
our
go.
friends at.
Perfect. I wasn't
you? What's
expecting you
wrong
to
with
convince and like persuade this lich. I didn't even have you guys roll persuasion checks because this was just good talking.
I mean, like, this fucking lich is like, I've lived for eon and I have thought of everything. It's like, oh shit, I didn't think about going there.
Well, why would he? All right. I'm not gonna argue for the lich's perspective here at this moment, but I'm perfectly willing to open up an undead discourse whenever.
Fuck.
Goddamn!
It's just. I'm just like,
We're
let's
on our
think
way.
this fucking
Bye, guys.
6 seconds.
Bye.
Give some love. Stay for a while.
Pleasure. Enjoy yourself.
Pleasure.
Pushing down.
you